Let's introduce you to our drivers. We start with the first car parked. Coming us from Northern California, he pilots the Borla exhaust, Heatwave, Lean Customs,
It's
GT
working.
Radio, Corvette, the head cave.
It's working.
Yo, he was throwing down. By the way, since I don't know if you watched 32 or not. Did you?
I watched
it?
a little bit. Yeah, I was working on the 36.
So
during.
Keeping it cool, Mr. Cool. He's got
what up, guys?
Patrick
If you are just joining the chat, we are here finally. Sorry for the along with the FD live stream taking a dump a minute ago. We took a dump, so yeah.
Yep.
Not physically, but
everyone's been dumping.
Literally. Here you go.
What? Oh, I gotta fill my bracket.
Moving on down the line. Smiles for miles. Look at this gentleman.
Let us know how everything sounds, guys. The chat is Jared's voice is too loud or not too loud. Let us know.
Thumbs up. Make some noise for Odie Bakshish.
It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one.
Dean Hurst. I'm gonna go with Dean. Wait, I'm not supposed to tell you. Sorry.
Some more fuel suspension, Ineos oil
All
flavor.
right. Yeah, I'm just gonna write this in. So.
Got that fish soup. Make some noise for him. Look at that smile on his face. He's fighting tooth and nail, and he's going against Odie in top 16.
Oh,
Make
bummer.
some noise
Odie
for
and
Simon. Yeah.
have to go together.
Yep.
Poop.
And then Osbo would be that next battle, or Osbo and Sorenson.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that corner's pretty tough.
Look at this guy. He is all business. He's out for blood. He's ready to get bucked up.
LZ
in that royal purple, O'Reilly Auto
and
Parts,
Rome CP.
BMW Permatex. Got them almost suited and booted. The dozer, Dylan Hughes.
All right, so after you get your stuff filled out, let me know. Let's go over it.
I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to us from Vegas, 20 years old. That's right. Look at that hair. Let's see those hair whips like his sister. The United States Air Force, BMW from the 702. That's Las Vegas, number 513.
We're getting there.
Soren, Brandon Sorenson. The tallest building amongst the skyline, but guess what? It's a different Irishman. This gentleman, a Formula Drift rookie, but a champion across the pond. Put some respect on it. That's right. I know Irish is a smiling. His brother's probably spotting from Ireland.
What's up, Evan? What's up, Joey?
Pub, but he's going to be cheering him on from across
Francis,
the pond.
bonjour.
Garagistic, BMW.
Michael Tan.
Don't smile. Do not smile, this gentleman.
LZ have good bath.
Shanahan.
What does that mean? I'm confused. What does that mean?
All right. I got mine mapped out, but I'm not telling you.
You're not going to tell me?
Nope, not doing it. How many people we got in here? I can't see because the little thing's in the way.
Sorry. Do you want me to move that to the right?
The light?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care, I guess.
Okay.
It was kind of hard to see.
I'll move it here in just a sec.
Like when we go full screen for the battles.
All right.
LZ have good bath.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Have a good bath, LZ.
Coming up from Georgia, Wrangler butts drive me nuts. That's right. He's got that Dale Earnhardt homage livery with the
what is that thing?
Tires on the corner,
the weird light orb. Oh, now we're dark.
For full pole Taylor Hall.
Hey, Dad. Does that help?
You call me dad? Coming from the guy wearing a fanny pack? I mean, it's fine.
He goes by 3 letters. You can say his name many different ways. I like to say RCP, Rome.
Yeah, all the way over to the left or something. This is comedy.
Look at this. I don't know who's going to
Is it going to stay there?
If it's Colette, if
all
it's
right.
Pete, or again, this internet superstar. We thought he was
But then you
out.
can't see the.
Going to the outside zone too, but no way. His team said, not today. Get back out there. Give it all you got. And you're going to do it on that BMX bike.
Yeah, no problem. I'm on it. I'm on it right now.
Let's talk because I'm curious to know your predictions. So we got Eddie back here on the sticks. By the way, thanks Eddie for doing this last minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Mad appreciated, dude. I can see everything great from here. This is money.
Our next driver.
So I'll go first.
Get
off your phone.
Another Norwegian pilot.
Is Donald Trump being shot again?
You can't deny he's
just
just
asking.
good looking.
No, not currently.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I mean, good.
Rockstar energy drink, Toyota GR Super on Nitto tires. The one, the only, Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo.
Okay, so I went Dean over Hurst. Eddie, who'd you go?
I definitely went with Dean.
He has the invisible
Okay.
car in the
Travis?
Formula Drift fleet. I've never
Dean.
seen it before, but it will
Gucci
appear at
and
some
Shanny.
point. And will he appear on the podium?
The Shanny Goosh, I went Shanahan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shanahan.
I went
Even
Shanahan.
even though Gucci looked good in that battle. Hughes over Turk. I took Dylan.
I went with Turk.
You did.
Yeah, I went with Dylan.
Okay, so we'll be against on that one. Forsberg Field. I went Field.
I went Field.
Championship trophies for this gentleman.
You had to think about that one for a minute.
I went Field as well.
Okay,
Look at that ginger
I
beard.
do think
Looks
that
like a G.I. Joe action figure.
in 32 against his battle, it seemed that was like a weird battle between him and Robert. Like the way
Forsberg
that,
and Thorne.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was a little
I
goofy.
wish that would have gone one more time because I think Robert's like drive into outer zone 4. They called it like kind of unchaseable a little bit, but it was like a smooth backy, and he had enough.
Right.
He picked up the throttle at the perfect time, and I think it was sick.
What's your take on the whole no tail lights type thing? Should you have to like how imperative is that to your driving? Do you think?
I mean, I never really look at it, to be honest.
No, you're
No.
judging. I feel like you're judging the character of the car more, right?
I'm just like
And
kind
timing.
of. You're kind of just judging the smoke line, but yeah, I mean, I see if there's like no bumper and the taillights are gone, and you go to transition, you like crash into like. If you can't see the it's harder to see the bash bar. You know what I mean? So that does kind of affect it, but.
Real quick, can you hit so on the Bluetooth thing? See if there's on the bottom of the Bluetooth one, there is like a little hear button. See if you can turn off the sound of that.
Because
Here.
he is only 14 years old. He might look young, and he drives like one heck of a big boy. He's ripping around that Njuku Racing.
Okay.
And I think it should turn the sound off.
No, I still hear it. Oh yeah, that did it.
Did that do it?
Yeah.
Turn it completely off?
I don't hear Jared.
Okay, so yeah, just use that then.
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Did that do anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe while he's, that was super loud. It's like hard to hear you. Okay, so you think it's not a big deal though?
I mean, it's hard to see. It is hard to see the bash bar, but also, it's like I don't know. It's all situational.
Is it a thing though? Like, what are you looking at when you're driving? Like, I guess it could be like there's this whole distraction thing that's like a big.
It's only on transitions.
Right, but I mean, like, think about
Someone's door could fly open. It wouldn't bother me.
that's my question.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't necessarily matter. I think it.
I'm watching like their car as a whole. I'm not watching individual people. Like if a trunk flies off or like the hood flies up, like
That's annoying.
it's annoying, but I'm just going anyways.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
he had no.
He's either apologizing to that about that, or the fact that he just friggin' threw a backy into that final corner and was just like, "Yo, sorry if that was."
I mean,
that
that shit was sick.
It
I don't
was
know.
sick.
He made it work, but that was cool.
Anyway, yeah, Forsberg. I think that'll be a good battle for sure. Those two, Bachchis and Olsson. I went with Olsson, even though Odie I know is a tear. That is this one is a little bit more of a. I want Olsson to win so bad, so I'm going to put that energy in there. Not that anything against Odie, but
did you see how fast Odie's car was in the 32?
I did, bro. Both of them, though.
No one's catching Odie's car, bro. I'm telling you, Odie has this thing. He just like disconnects the bars and does something to his cars and like turns the power up to 3,000, and all of a sudden his car picks up like I don't know, 20 miles an hour on everybody else, and then all of a sudden he's uncatchable. He has this weird switch. It's the Odie switch, and he'll find it somewhere, and it was out in 32. He flung that thing out, dude, and I was like, that is the fastest drift car in the world. And I've said it like in real life when I'm driving with him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, just, you know how he is. He's like, I'm just driving, dude. I'm like, that's the fastest fucking drift car I've ever seen.
I wonder
my entire
if
life.
Olsson even knows the secrets. You ever think about that?
Nah, I'm sure Odie just puts the setup in the car.
He's like, what do you feel right now? Here, let me just hit a couple buttons. Doot, 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 doot.
I don't know, dude. Like,
What's up, Josh?
Odie's got the fastest drift car in the world.
He is. Okay, well, either way, I'm going to go with Olsson because I want to see him take down the beast. And that just sounds like fun to go against both of you. Who'd you go, Eddie?
How long you been recruiting?
Went with Bocce's.
Bokchis?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a safe bet.
Fast car, dude.
For sure.
Osbo or Sorenson? This is going to be a good battle right here, dude.
I said Osbo.
Okay.
I think Sorenson.
Sorenson?
Yeah.
Same. I went with Sorenson.
All right.
He's been
I
on
think.
fire.
I think.
Think how
he'll-
consistent he's been, bro.
No, but he's been driving way better. Obviously, like he's been driving super hard. But I think I'm just thinking that the Osbo thing might.
Throw him off a little bit.
He might make. Here's the thing. Every time I've battled Osbo and like either got it one more time or if it's been close, I've made the slightest little mistake that he didn't make, and he's just really good at like not doing these little things. And
Right.
you're like, I had a killer run and I only did this little thing, but then that little thing that I did lost the battle for me because he is so precise with little things. Unless he blows it, but like. It's going to be a super good battle, but I just think that if Osbo drives like Osbo and Sorenson drives like Sorenson, both good. I feel like he's just gonna edge him out barely.
Sure. And it is something to say too, because Osbo's had a lot, like we were just talking about this before we went live, about the mistakes that he's made so far this season. And it hasn't been, you said a comment, you're like, he's went out more in the 32 this season than the last 10 seasons, which
Between this year and last year, yeah.
yeah, unreal, right? So not to put the bad omen out there, but at least I feel like at some point it's got to come to an end with that guy, or does his luck run out? Who knows? But Sorensen's also been the opposite, where I feel like Sorensen has become more consistent throughout this year for sure. And really, I mean, he's top 5, isn't he? Top 10? He was top 10 last time. I don't know. You have to, maybe you can look that up, but
Yeah.
I'm curious where Sorensen sits in the standings. LZ and RCP. I went LZ.
LZ.
That's a hard one,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like LZ's E36 is on fire, like hooked up.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
Also close to literally being on fire because he's crashed it like 150 times or something.
Agreed. Yeah, we're all in the same boat there. And Rome's had a ton of issues this season too, so it's been tough.
New car problems.
Hull and Manoa.
I went Manoa.
Yeah,
I went Manoa too.
yeah. I think Taylor will give him a good run for his money, but I think that it's funny how these new young drivers that do so well, I feel like almost have an Osbo stigma to them. We just don't know. Like, picture being this, I don't know, how old is Taylor? Like 35? Mid-30s?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Think about this going up against a 14-year-old, and you're like, oh, fuck, what's
I just
gonna
feel
happen
like
here?
he still hasn't gotten comfortable in the Corvette.
Yeah, agreed. What did he drive before? I don't remember.
Cadillac,
Oh, is that CTS, right?
ATS.
ATS? Mm-hmm. Goofy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm excited, I think, most for the Hughes Turk battle, LZ and RCP battle. I think it's going to be a good one, and the Osbo. Dude, actually, all these battles are freaking dank. The Dean one is going to bore me.
Oh, what?
James Dean and Hurst. Jonathan Hurst.
Why is it going to bore you?
I don't know.
Hurst is either going to win or he's going to crash. What? Am I wrong?
Agreed.
something about watching James Dean is like gives me like this uneventful, like, not like saying he's not a cool driver to watch, but it's like I feel like you've come to expect oh, he's going to do something great and win.
I mean, as bad as it sounds, like I don't mean this in a negative way, but I like seeing James struggle in a car and watch the progression.
Yeah.
Because those are, hands down, I've said it before, those are the most difficult drift cars to drive in the entire world.
Can you expand on that a little bit? Because everybody talks about that. What is that? What do you mean? Like, is it just the overall, like, what is difficult about it? Is it the size of the car? Is it just the drivability of it is not meant to drift, or what?
The cars are just very knife edge. Like, if you've ever driven an S550, you'd kind of understand, but they get to a point where you get, in my experience when I've driven them, you get to a point where as you add too much angle, the car just goes away and it comes out from under you. So it's kind of hard to control at lock. And the suspension unloads very weird. Like the IRS in those cars is super funky, little tiny short like T-Rex arms. So there's a lot changing in the motion of the suspension and a lot of like, obviously RTR has got that worked out and has a bunch of custom suspension parts to keep the wheel as vertical and as towed through the sweep as possible. But like the cars are super big. They unload super funny. They want to push, as in like they want to understeer super bad. They make a ton of power and a ton of forward drive at shallow angle, but also they don't steer because they push and they're light on the front end, the steering feel kind of goes away. So it's kind of like tough to control and you have to drive a lot with the gas pedal. So Ben's been learning quickly because it's not like driving an S chassis, which is what he's came from. Driving the Mustang is more like driving an E36, E46. You have to drive the car on the gas all the time because if you just play in the ambient, the car gets like upset. It wants to like do weird things or snap or not want to like transition on you or get all like, out of whack. And that's just the nature of those cars. But when you figure out how to drive them and when you're on with them, they're definitely weapons, but they drive like zero other car ever.
It's got its own learning curve.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did we see how I didn't see what the frick is his name? Why am I like struggling right here? Did he not make top 32 again?
Who?
Ben. Oh, Ben did. So Ben lost to LZ. I stopped watching before that
his
battle.
car broke.
Ben's did.
They had a clutch problem.
That's a bummer, dude.
Supposedly. So it was wild to watch because Adam blew it, went in the wall super hard in his lead. So gave Ben a massive advantage because Adam couldn't even complete the lead, just went fucking C-pillar deep in outer zone 2 into the wall and blew his shit to pieces. And then on the second lap, Ben's on the run up to fire in and he goes to initiate and the car just like comes out of gear.
Just nothing.
Nothing. So like either the dogs are smoked or they have like a clutch issue and it's like it's destroying the dogs or they broke a gear set or something. But
I'd be frustrated.
Yeah. So then they got it one more time because there was no info to go off of because there was 0 lead runs. And then they went and tried to do it again. Adam got his car together enough to make his lap and Ben's car still shut down. So Ben lost.
That sucks, dude.
Third. Yeah. So it was like, I think they have a clutch engagement problem and it broke the dogs. Or started around the dogs and it doesn't want to stay in gear. Usually it's not very common that the gears in those trans break physically. Usually it's like a dog ring rounds off and you can put it in gear, but as soon as you let go, it'll pop out because they have to mesh a certain way to hold it in gear.
Right.
And I think that's what happened. And they tried to put a gear in the rear end to make it usable in second. But it could have been so tall and so hard to get the car lit up that, could have been a weird thing as well. So who knows? But I just know they had transmission issues of some sort, which sucks. But
you know what? I'm kind of relating this to a little bit. Ben's journey is your sweep through what we used to Pro Spec when you first went into Pro Spec versus
Pro
your
2.
Pro 2. Yeah, that's when they call it Pro 2.
Yeah.
And when you got into that Napoleon car.
Yeah.
Surely that it was like struggle after struggle after struggle after struggle. How frustrating was that?
I mean, I knew what I signed up for at the time. Like, I understood the task at hand and that we were debuting a car that was very weird and different and had no data behind it. And it was going to be a struggle to drive it at some of the tracks because they were worried about the safety aspect of it. But, like, it was fine. and I drove my S13 half the season. I still got Rookie of the Year, driving my car half the year. So that was like the best worst case scenario. But I did learn a lot from that team and that car, and the opportunity was sick. I wouldn't have been able to drive as long as I did, or be in my position today if I didn't get that deal.
Sure.
So it was definitely dope. I've driven the car a couple times since that year too, for some demos.
You think it's ever going to make a comeback?
Not that car. They might do some demos and some other odds and ends stuff with it, but it's like more of just a fun car.
Sure.
It's not competitive in current
Did
form.
you see the new, I don't know, I think it was Kia came out with an electric car that mimics the sound, like it has a real car sound, and it will mimic rev limiter, even though it's an electric car. So like you rev this thing up and it actually drives slower and it revs slower, and it has the sound of like banging rev limiter, like rah, 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 and like it'll drive exactly like a regular car.
Weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It loses it for me.
I don't know if I could do it
Total
either.
buzzkill, but
if you think about it, bro, if they come out with an electric car that does the exact same thing that a regular car does and still has the cool sounds, truthfully, you got me. Like, what? Why not? I mean,
other than you
if
can't drive into a gas station and fill the tank.
Yeah, but why would you need to?
You want to drive it any further than like 200 miles?
I'm talking about a race car version of it.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't matter, but
like if you can give me the sound and maybe you can like throw some smell of race fuel in through the vents, like I'd be cool for that.
For road racing and that kind of stuff, that's fine. But for drifting, you have to have a gearbox and you have to have a diff.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's no way around it.
What's Ryan Turk saying, dude?
Or if I had grabbed the handbrake on the track, I would have popped out of gear and threw me in neutral, which is not ideal. So the boys came back. They had it fixed in about like 10, 15 minutes. So we're back on the ground and get suited up and get ready for this battle with Dylan.
Exactly that. So we've been talking about some of the big battles.
The track's about to get so hooked up too. That track changes at night so quickly.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah. You get a ton of grip in that track when it cools off.
Have some proximity, stay in the zones, and hopefully come out on top.
Ryan, thanks for your time. Jared?
Dude, they are.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And,
Austin's having a party upstairs. Rented
I don't think they can hear it.
Rented the coffee shop church place that we're in right now. And dude, they are like, I swear they're like, it's sumo wrestling up there. It's wild.
It is really loud.
Holy hell. We're about to start, dude. For all you guys that are new here, welcome to the... You ready for this?
Yeah, go.
Welcome to the worst drift layout in professional drifting in the entire world. St. Louis.
You're not alone. You're not alone. I think it's funny hearing people talk about this on the live stream, and you can see they're holding it back, just like... Chris did an interview with the Rhett earlier.
It's so bad.
He's like, yeah, it's just, we're really getting of the track, and like, just I could have wanted him to be like, this track is stupid.
He's like, yeah, it's a track, man, and we're driving it, and yeah. And that's all we got to say.
What did they change about this? Didn't they? You were saying they did something to that last corner, that little the hairpin coming off.
So they added walls this year, which I've always wanted walls at Outer Zone 1, but the wall at Outer Zone 4 is a little goofy. But it's like the only reason they're doing this is because IndyCar's there next weekend.
Yeah,
and they can't replant grass fast enough, and they want it to look nice for IndyCar.
It's so weird.
So they put the walls. From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I was told. And the way they blocked off Outer Zone 4 and ran the wall in, it like chokes off Outer Zone 4 so bad that it makes the course even worse than it already is. And this track is the shittiest flowing course by a landslide.
It's the stop, go.
It's fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. So it's constantly, the cars are like changing momentum and then slowing down. And not only are they slowing down and then speeding back up again, they're slowing down almost during a transition.
Right. So you're trying to get the car around, and it's like
you're trying to get the car spun around and on the brakes and into the zone and light off at the right time. And there's a wall, and the wall pinches you off, and the turn you're going into next is really small. And now there's a wall there. Like, everything about it sucks.
It's terrible, bro.
It's so bad. But that's why this this top 16 should take probably 2 hours, and we're probably going to be here for 4 from all the crashes. So it's going to be Formula.
lovely.
It's going to be Formula Wreck Fest, but that's fine. It's going to be exciting. So I hope you guys are here for it.
T-Rel says, "Let's hear the podium guesses." We didn't guess podiums.
I did my whole bracket.
You did the whole bracket?
Yeah, I went all the way through.
I don't. Okay, I'm not gonna go all the way through. I'll tell you. I guess my podium though. Who I want to win. I'm gonna say podium is gonna be. Ooh. I'm gonna say Sorenson is gonna be third.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Hughes, Olsson, Sorenson.
Well, third gear's decided by
Right. That's just like it's
Position in
one
the
of
bracket.
those three.
Yeah.
So I think Olsson, Hughes, top 2 is gonna be my guess.
Mine lays it out a little different.
That's why I didn't do that, because now I feel like I just ruined myself, because if I get one wrong, then I have to re-guess. So
I filled this out wrong. I had a whole battle missing.
Eddie, what'd you get while he's friggin' figuring his shit out?
Honestly, Dean versus Shanahan is going to be a crazy battle, but I chose Shanahan to go on.
Okay.
So my top 3 would be LZ third, Sorenson second, and Shanahan first.
So you think it's going to be, who do you think it's going to be, Field or Hughes against Shanahan? Field or Turk?
Field. I think Field.
Field?
Yeah.
So you think Field and Turk will go? Okay, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I don't know.
You know what mine says?
What?
I have I'll just start at the 4. I have in the 4, I have Dylan against Shanahan.
Okay.
And then I have LZ and Odie on the other side.
Uh-huh.
I have Odie going all the way to the top. And I have Odie and Shanahan in the final.
Yeah.
Only based off, purely based off speed. And then...
Because that plays a big factor in this track for sure.
Third would be whoever's qualified higher, LZ or Dylan, based on the bracket. But
oh, I guess that wouldn't work for Osbo and Bach Cheese. Okay, so it would have to be so okay. So I'll change mine. I'll change it to. Fuck, dude, I don't know who's gonna win that. I'm gonna say Olsson, Hughes, LZ.
Oh, because you think Olson's gonna beat Odie?
I do. That's what I'm hoping for, and I think
You can catch him, dude. Fast
I
car on
also
the grid.
see these are 2 underdogs, right? Olsson and Sorenson. I think both could very well take those 2 battles, right?
No, for sure. They're definitely not layover battles by any means.
No. So I mean that'll change everything if one of them loses, because if Osbo's feeling good, we'll say it, because he didn't. No offense to Stuckey, but we can't consider that a. No, dude was like he was cut that last corner.
Yeah,
pretty hard, but not saying he's a bad driver. Just I feel like comparatively to what Osbo is going up against over the next 4, like both Sorenson, Olsson, or Odie, all of them are tough battles.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It's going to be good. I'm going to go through actually some stuff in the chat while we're here before everything starts. But I see why is the E3646 so good at drifting? Adam's much better in his E36 than he did in the RTR and the S15. I was just going to break through these real quick. That is, in my opinion, because one, E36 and 46 has a 10-inch longer wheelbase than an S15. So they rotate slower and they're more controllable. On top of that, they have a front rack. So there's no over-centering. The steering is super good and super predictable. And they have a trailing arm in the rear. So tons of forward drive, tons of natural grip. So the cars are fast even on a shit tire if you know how to set them up. We're first battle, dude.
Let's do it.
Jimmy Dean's on the line.
My family's watching in Arizona. Here we go. They're ready to send it. 7 Carmen. Here we go. James Dean, Jonathan Hurst. He's going to be chasing down the 3-time champ. And this is the first time we're seeing James Dean also head-to-head here here in competition. James Dean in that Ford Mustang. He transitions in outside zone 2. You can see that outside zone delivery. You can see it signified by that orange box or orange rectangle in the outside zone 3. Jonathan Hurst not getting all the way out there in that Mr. Cool Tandem XLR, but he does get great proximity outside zone 4. Oh,
Dude,
man,
did you
look
guys
at
see
a
the?
good
Did you watch Prospect
man,
where they
Hurst
ran
is
the
go-
cars with the paint wet and everyone was spinning out and they had to rerun the first 3 battles?
Yeah, that was insane.
I didn't see
saw
that.
Dude, everyone was spinning out and crashing, and people were driving off course. Their tires were literally covered in orange paint. Like it was still wet.
Did they have to repaint it?
I think they just let it. They hung out and had the blowers to dry the paint first,
okay.
and they kept running. But
So, what's your take on this battle?
yeah, Hurst kind of overcooked on the initiation and snapped to angle in outer zone 1, and then he was a little shallow in outer zone 2. This is good here, a little twitchy because they're like bumping wheels
they
and tires,
like
but
straight up hit like 4 times on that
yeah,
corner.
for sure. But everything after like this, once he like falls back in the pocket, the chase from Hurst is good. Dean's leads obviously are good. I like the outer zone 4. I like how deep he is in outer zone 4 with James right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that James held on to it and kept going and didn't spin the car.
Yeah, agreed.
But
Yeah, I'd say I'd agree with you. The intro was a little goofy, but obviously outer zone 2 was he was way shallow in the chase on outer zone 2, but we'll see what happens here.
yeah, his car looks really twitchy. Like the XLR looks really twitchy right now for some reason. Maybe he's getting a little too like excited on the wheel, but
Haley won his original battle, but blew his water pump and couldn't run again, so he lost. What are we talking about here?
it was a
Missed
prospect thing. I saw that.
Oh.
Yeah, that part sucked.
What's the
Name of the game, though.
Can we get your opinion on the community's perfectionist mindset? Let's talk about this after this round, guys.
Here we are in round 5 of 8. Jonathan Hurst would love to put a stop to it, and there are a lot of drivers in the field that are cheering for Jonathan Hurst in this scenario. Transition to outside
Okay,
zone
James
2.
is
Ooh, look at
just
James
about the
Dean.
same
He missed
thing.
a little bit outer zone 2, but I think his proximity here is better, and Hurst isn't as deep.
Very settled. Look at those wheels. No
And James is
correction at
really
all.
deep in the outer zone
Outside
3 or 4.
Just right there, dial, set it, and forget it. I'm just talking about obviously the transition, but no wavering, no slapping of the base, big time.
James took it.
It looked really, really good from Jonathan.
Personal
Hurst out
opinion.
front, and honestly, James had a couple of cracks in his chase there. Was not perfect, so we may need a side-by-side to really start to count them up. But Jonathan Hurst out front, great launch, good e-brake initiation, back on throttle.
James was also not in outer zone 1, I think.
He was further into 1 than Hurst for sure, and his proximity here was closer to Hurst than Hurst was to him. But then he kind of fell off here and left a little bit of a gap. I closed a little bit, but he's like, I think he's just trying to keep from making contact there.
Right.
That's going to be
What a goofy.
dude, the track sucks. That's going to be the part. That's going to be the part where everyone's going to be crashing either there or right here.
Yeah.
So either in outer zone 2 or into outer zone 4, everyone's going to be. It's because it's that slowdown, dude.
Yeah.
It's the slowdown off of a transition. You can't do that many things in that short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that Hurst had a really good, as you say, lead. James, and we're going to definitely see our BC Racing side by side.
So, Travis.
What do you mean by perfectionist mindset?
I think he means like people have to drive perfect, not make mistakes or something. I don't know.
I guess in what ways is for the perfectionist mindset? Like I'm kind of. I don't know exactly what. I guess what aspect they're talking about.
And then third outside zone, James has got the proximity there. Going into the fourth outside zone, I mean, Hurst definitely has the proximity. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. I mean, depends on how you calculate it. Yeah. So it's, man.
Yeah, and for the fans that are...
This track feels like a weird chase. Yeah, it's every transition in the chase here is so terrible to do. Like you have to be super perfect on your timing. Otherwise, you get caught on the inside of every transition, and then you just get burnt because you have to drive exactly like the lead driver. You can't transition any different than the lead driver. And if you stay in the pocket for the slightest bit too long, you get rolled. Strictly because right after the transition, they're on the gas as fast as they can be, and they're already trying to roll out on you like right away because it's another fast section after a slow section.
Right.
It creates the like accordion effect between the cars, and that's what ends up crashing. People crashing for like you. you can't have a drift course go from fast to slow to fast again.
Right.
It has to either be fast the entire track or go from fast to slow.
Yeah.
Because as soon as people have to pick up the throttle and speed up again and then slow down again, it makes for crappy tandem.
Do you know what the contract length was that they signed on this track?
I don't know. I think they extended it for a few years, but the reason why they end up doing St. Louis is because it's the only track that meets their needs and is in that right time frame between Jersey and Utah, and it doesn't make the drivers cross the country. So it's like it's
Like,
cost
we'll just
effective
throw
for the
this one in
drivers.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it should be a good battle.
The world, Ken Gucci, that ready GR86 out front, Connor Shanahan from Ireland. That Red Bull BMW, you could see that transition right there. He just times it so impeccably into that third outside zone. He knows his
Gucci
in.
had a
Very reminiscent of
killer,
what we saw from the
killer
other
intro.
driver of James Dean.
That freaking,
Onto that last outside zone. Ooh, like I
that
said,
first outer zone. You see how he just freaking whipped into that transition on his entry.
Oh, Gucci's
Yeah.
initiation.
I meant to say initiation, not introduction.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, that is the beginning. It's the intro. Like, watch this.
The intro.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. It looked a little bit more aggressive in the other view.
I will say I have noticed that Connor chases like 2019 James to where he never really, I don't know if it's in the car setup or what, but he never really matches the angle of the lead car, and it's actually lost him a couple battles this year. I'm sure he's actively working on that, but his proximity is always super gangster, but he's doing he's like nosed in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's not always parallel. I think the judges would rather see you be parallel and be like half a car back than do what he's doing right now. For me, it looks better for me if the cars are parallel
Right.
than for one to be like at 15 degrees less angle but be touching the door, because obviously the car's going to have way more drive at less angle. So is it a way to catch up because the car's not as fast, or is it just in the setup thing and the car wants to drive itself straight?
Yeah, it's goofy. I think it caters to both. I think there's a place for it, I guess.
Here we go, Connor Shanahan initiates big angle from him. Ken Gucci a little late to launch there, going to that first outside zone, but look at the drive. Oh,
Oof.
just as I say that, he dives in shallow, fails to get into outside zone 2, into outside zone 3. Connor Shanahan digs a little deeper there, and Gucci needs to join him in that last outside zone, and just
Yeah, that's it. You can't be that far out of the zones. Let's see. Whenever a driver's having an issue with their car or they're not consistent, I see people quick to judge their decision and go to your old car, etc. I don't know. I think people just don't understand how hard this shit actually is.
Yeah.
And changing cars is super difficult and a lot of adaptation. And a lot of people don't realize that like the driver might change cars because it's better for the career, not necessarily better for the results right away. But it's professional drifting. Like you have 45 seconds to be absolutely perfect. And if you're driving your other car perfectly or as close to perfect as you can, and you take in the public's eyes a downgrade, you're always going to get criticized for that. But everyone that knows that most people change cars for a better reason, and they'll take the hit on the results ahead. Like they'll just take the hit like it's worth it. It's worth it to go back into development
Also,
for the
if you're
car.
talking about the people that are just like constantly judging, you know, saying somebody like for instance, Olsson, for example, right? Olsson did the opposite, where he went into an S chassis and did significantly better than he did when he was in the older car or the other car, right? But then you look at people like Ben, for example, who Ben's been struggling this year in that Mustang, like we were just talking about. So I think also if people are just ignorant, I think, to answer the question of what you're saying. People
Yeah,
are just
for
going to
sure.
be ignorant to not understanding what it is. And if they say that, like, their opinion is probably not super valid anyway.
Yeah, it's just like I said, dude, I watch the FD chat. Like I watch how people talk, and like FD could, like everything they do, they get criticized whether it's good or bad. You know what I mean? Like if they feel like they made a bad call, then they get axed for it. And I feel like it somehow, if they made good calls all day. People complain that the live stream was boring or something. You know, they always find something to be negative and complain about while they're sitting there watching a free live stream of a professional motorsport event.
Yeah.
So like, really, like, why are you complaining?
Yeah, get over it.
And they can people hate all day, and they're still in the chat. They're still watching every single time, so they're still there. It just helps the algorithm for them.
I think, okay, I'm excited for this battle. I picked my boy Dylan. Eddie, I think you went against the grain this one, and you went with Turk.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You might be for the grain, actually. I don't know where Travis and I think, a little biased.
Dylan's just always mega consistent in his lead runs and super smooth. Like, he usually hits all his marks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flirting with that wall, bro.
It's kind of the point, Austin.
I know, but it was beautiful. It was a good thing. Wow, dude. No offense, but that was a really, really clean lead run.
Why'd you say no offense?
Positive offense. Positive offending. I don't know. Like, it was fucking good. No offense to you, Eddie. That's what I meant. That looked good, dude. Did you see how he filled the last corner?
Yeah, outer zone 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. They talk about changing that turn, like, because that turn needs to be a C, and when they choked it off, it kind of ended up turning into a V shape.
Right.
Because see how they have to, like, choke back up the bank really hard? It makes it really awkward. But if you do it right, it, I guess, works, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, it's going to be a good battle, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Dylan's going to have to push super hard in the chase.
Mm-hmm. So if you were Dylan's spotter right now, what would you be telling him?
I mean, at this point, it's just, like, it's close. Don't leave it in the judge's hands. Drive hard or crash. Like, that's how it always has to be. Like, you can't sit back and, like, just try to drive average.
No,
because
sure.
then if you don't push hard enough to make it, then you'll regret not doing that when you lose.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have to just act like this is a finals battle if he wants to keep going, because Turk's chase was good and he was in the zones with him and had no major mistakes. And that's what he's doing. And
followed him into the wall.
But was Turk in the wall first?
I think so. At least that's what it looks like. So Dylan's kind of doing the same thing that Shanahan did, though.
Turk wasn't fully in the zone.
If you looked at that first two,
yeah, it's a BMW thing, dude. It's hard.
Corners.
It's hard to keep it's hard to keep a trailing arm car to match angle because they have so much drive. But the outer zone one's going to tell the tale. If Turk went in first and Dylan bobbled because of it, then Dylan would have an advantage. Oh, Dylan hit his wheel. Yeah, that's a Dylan mistake.
Bummer. I don't know, dude. Can you really even call that like a bad, like,
I mean,
a fault?
it's still a bobble. Dylan filled outer zone 4 better than Turk, but Turk gave him a little bit of space.
I think it could still go one more time. I don't think that they're going to look at that because there's nothing.
But look at this. That's a big bobble, and it moves
you're right,
Turk's
you're right.
car.
You're right.
And then Dylan's lacking angle here, trying to play catch up and getting pulled a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh, they're trying to say Turk didn't pick up the throttle fast enough.
You said the way you said that. They're trying to say Turk.
Well, anytime you see contact, you immediately
Shoves that Corolla. That's what Nick said. Push him. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a Turk thing. Slow on entry.
No, not slow on entry. Slow to pick up the gas.
Oh.
Like, you're supposed to be on throttle throughout the entire zone.
Gotcha.
All right, so there we are, awaiting the verdict, the outcome between Ryan Turk and Dylan Hughes. And yeah, like I said, that thing, Swiss cheese, that hatchback, those holes and the smoke and air cutouts were not there in Jersey. So
Looks sick though.
yeah, it does look tough.
Really like it.
Yeah, it looks mean. I mean, that is one mean GR Corolla.
I was gonna say it's hard to make these little Corollas look that angry, but dang, that thing looks.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah. Again, talking about walking down an alley. If I saw.
How do we feel about not being able to fight for 30? Okay.
I haven't had a third place battle in
Dylan.
8 years.
Dylan.
Nice. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. See, that's what I mean. How much weight do we carry from that bobble?
They're saying Ryan didn't pick the throttle up. That's why they gave it to him.
Makes sense.
They're saying he hit his car because Turk didn't pick up the throttle.
So there's no challenges anymore, right? Or there's no protests?
No protests.
There's like some form of protest. I feel like
You
Ryan
can
was
you can
talking about.
appeal after the event. You
Right.
can appeal for your points, but I don't think there's protests anymore,
Got it.
which is good, honestly.
Sure. Oh, what's he saying?
Dylan did a great job in the lead, putting the car where it needed to be. Turk was kind of offline in outer zone 1 and outer zone 2, so it seemed like he was just having a little bit of struggle trying to get the car out there in his chase. But yeah, in the lead, it was definitely right here where he gets on. So
Okay.
yeah, it's just
Oh,
once you
yeah,
get on it, it's
okay.
like once he got hit, you get on the gas, and at that point, they're well into the zone. So
All right.
unfortunate.
Yep. Unfortunate for Turk, but you know, Stoke, Dylan, the Dozer Hughes, he advances on.
I'll take
So
it, dude. I'll take the dub.
question of where we're at with Formula Drift. Anybody can win. So let's throw down to Lorette Nickel. Lorette.
Okay. We are 3 for 3, Travi.
Yeah,
Well,
we're there,
James
baby.
Dean takes his first win of the
Why does
evening,
James
and
look
we
so
saw you,
small?
take that battle.
He's sitting or
He's
something?
sitting. He's sitting down. She's standing up.
Been sitting around for about 5 hours, so it might not have been as
His torso is as long as Lorette is tall.
Yep.
Haven't been in
crazy.
the car for 5 hours before the competition.
Yeah, so practice seems like a very long time ago.
This is like uncomfortable for me to watch right now because it just looks awkward to anybody else.
Having a buy run because you're cold for so long. Like a buy run is, yeah, you're into top 16, but when you battle, you're in the moment. You've already driven with an opponent in competition, and you feel more ready. So just waiting all day long, and then finally getting out there in the top 16 battle against a great guy like Hurst, it's like, okay, I need to switch it on, and it's definitely hard.
Definitely challenging, and something else that this guy has been going through since Orlando. He's been in a different car in a different country since then. How are you mentally feeling?
I'm feeling good. Like, it's definitely like 9 weeks traveling, different country, different cars, different places, different people. But it's an experience. Like, I love drifting, and I don't have to do all of those events, but I kind of push myself through it because I'm enjoying it. If I wasn't enjoying it, I probably wouldn't do it as much. But when everything is, going to plan and getting, good results and feeling just great after events, I'm enjoying it. But definitely when you get to a point of 9-10 weeks, you're like, you feel it a little bit.
Oh, just saw your freaking story you posted.
Which one?
The
Talking about
one
your
of
fanny
you
pack?
following me in my It's like such a dad.
You do, dude. You wearing a fanny pack with your little like unbuttoned
Yeah,
pullover.
but like my shirt was like all tight, and so like all you could see were like my tight ass
yeah,
shorts.
you
and
looked
then
like you were taking your kids to Disneyland.
Well, I dress better than this when I go to Disneyland. I don't even have my New
God.
Balances on, bro.
Oh yeah,
Actually, I do.
your New Balances.
New Balances.
Your Monarchs for when you mow the grass.
What are Monarchs? I never heard of those.
Those are the Nike dad shoes.
What?
Yeah,
They give me some of those.
Some people say they come pre-grass stained. You've never seen the Nike Monarch, dude? Look them up on your phone. You know exactly what I'm
I'm
talking
sure
about.
I've seen them. Are they just like the hardcore dad stuff?
Oh, they're hardcore dad
Like
stuff.
white with the.
Yeah, here. Hold on.
Hold on, I gotta go grab my pizza sauce here.
Pizza sauce.
I just wanted to have some sauce with my pizza.
Hey, where's dessert? Here, right here. Here's an Air Monarch, dude. That's the dad shoe right there.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, show it to the camera.
Yeah. Show it to the camera. You gonna zoom in on the dad shoe. Here you go. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's not working. This is the dad shoe. The Air Monarch.
I like them, dude.
Yeah.
Looks like a Corvette shoe.
Oh yeah, this and some jorts.
Dude, like.
This and some jean shorts, getting out of your C5 Corvette
And
with
a-
a T-top off.
And a belt.
Well,
Right?
duh, it's tucked in.
Yeah, tucked in belt.
Why do you even have to ask that? Of
Right
course it's
here.
tucked in.
Sorry. I guess
The
it
New
goes-
Balances are a close second for me on the dad shoe, though.
I am
It's
enjoying
close.
them. They're quite nice, but they're like the skateboard version of New Balances.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything to be done to fix the layout so it doesn't look so natural in the chase? Yeah, repave the whole goddamn thing. Pave all of the grass so that we can make an actual like set of S turns that don't choke you off and make you transition in such a short distance. It's like going from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2 is so unnatural because you're going super fast through outer zone 1 to the left. Everybody's running the brakes. It gave me a thumbs up on the MacBook. Did you see that? That was tight. And then you automatically have to slow down, transition, set the car in the zone, and pick up the throttle immediately just to speed up as fast as you can through outer zone 3 again. So it's like everything about this course is unnatural and hard to drive and promote crappy tandem. It's the timing has to be absolutely perfect, and you have to transition before them and just wait on the handbrake for them to light off. And then if you can light off before them and drive in, that's the only way you're going to be able to stay with them through outer zone 3 unless you have a way faster car.
How successful is what was the last track that we just missed? Jersey. So because that track they only use that for drifting, right? They don't do drag there anymore?
No, they haven't done drag racing in Jersey since I think since Homeboy, a dude died.
That's terrible.
Over there, like I can't remember who it was. But yeah, they hadn't ran the drag strip in a while. They rented like a ton of the property there to like IAA and I think it's mainly just IA, but it's like an insurance auto auction thing. So there's all sorts of like wrecked insurance cars all over the property. And then they kept just enough room to keep that section of the drag strip to make the stadium for drifting. Okay. And then they have the road course on the other side still.
Weird.
Yeah.
So do they, how successful is that though? Okay, so it has a road course with it too.
There's another track they use. They also have a motocross track and a bunch of other shit. They make money.
Not just drifting.
Yeah, they do their own like competition events there. They do the Gambler there and like a bunch of other stuff. But here's Forsberg and Field.
Would love to reverse that role here. Forsberg initiates into the outside zone. He taps the wall, comes a little out of angle. Now coming in outside zone 2. Matt Field, watch. He's going to apply the pressure. He knows who he's going against. He's going to have a blast out at Grid Life. And I think we're going to see them out there next weekend. But look at this transition now into that last outside zone. Forsberg puts it in. A little bit of hold. Backs off.
What's your take on that, bro?
Oh, yeah. So Austin reminded it's Scott Coletta died there.
Okay.
Top Fuel. So watch Forsberg's movement out of outer zone 1 here. Look how late he is to transition into 2. This is why this track's terrible. So he bounces, he goes wide. He has to slow down and transition too fast. He ends up on the inside, and then it puts him on trajectory towards the wall. And then all of that just burned Matt in the chase. Made it super awkward for Matt to try to hang with.
Forsberg is allowed to decel, gets on the throttle, maybe a little bit later, but cuts out a lot of the second half of the outside zone, of outside zone 4. So little wonky, some areas for improvement for sure. And then looking here, so we get the tap. Matt Field stays in it, stays on a great line for that first outside zone.
Super late transition from Forsberg.
Probably could have been a little bit tighter. But both drivers able to adapt well. We're seeing a lot of that left foot brake in the third outside zone to get the car to rotate around. And that's the part that was just a little bit strange.
They're not on the left foot brake to get the car turned around. They're trying to maintain speed so they don't fire into 4 at 100 miles an hour and can't slow down.
Also came in real spicy.
Yeah, so again, I always talk about the perfect storm, kind of that decel and then excel from that chase vehicle.
Also in the chat, guys, if you have any recommendations for like different ways to run this from our aspect, if you want to hear certain things better, something else, like just let us know. Put it in the chat.
Here goes out front, that four exhaust. Corvette initiates into good, smooth angle there in that first outside zone. A lot more fluid and consistent and smooth in that lead position for Matt Field. Now coming to that third outside zone. Really almost dragging bumper. Well done by Matt Field. Now in that last outside zone, how's he going to manage? Big angle. Looks like Forsberg trying to get maybe some contact there. But again, two very different style lead runs from Forsberg and Matt Field.
Yeah, very, very different leads, very different chases. It's going to be interesting here. Both these drivers in practice adapted to this track and were pretty much nailing it right off the bat. So I knew this was going to be a good battle. So there we go. Matt Field gets gets into that zone right away. Chris Forsberg does a good job. Needs to shimmy just a little bit to fill the rest of the zone. Second outside zone, both drivers do a great job. Matt Fields here, same thing, that left foot brake like we talked about. A little bit more adds on the angle, and so does Chris Forsberg. Transitions out. Matt checks up just a little bit to push through, and that allows Chris Forsberg to close that gap and push through. But man, that is a tough one. Holy, but Matt Fields, like, really consistent and smooth there. Bit of a hesitation before the transition. I think that's just a timing thing, because, you know, even an extra 2 or 3 feet of a push at that transition point, it means you're in the wall. It means you kind of pull an Adam LZ at that point.
Right.
So, yeah, really interesting by both of them. You know, little kiss there at the end. Little touch, little reminder.
Smooch.
Yeah.
Little kiss on the forehead.
That's all that was. Very cute. Good night.
You say hi to your mother for me.
Yeah.
Like one of those. All right. Well, here we are waiting for the outcome.
Copy that, Josh. We'll get the live stream volume up during the battles.
Currently sitting 8th. Matt Field advances. Chris Forsberg knocked out. So just like that, look at this again. You know, between Dylan Hughes and Matt Field, they take out these veterans of Chris Forsberg and Ryan Turk. And like I said, it could really be anybody's game. You know, a lot of people are just, looking at James Dean saying, we got to take him down, man. We got to take him down. And there it is. So James Dean, Connor Shanahan, Hughes and Field halfway through. Our Royal Purple top 16. Royal Purple, the synthetic experts. The
Dude, we're 4 for 4.
4 for 4, baby. We're getting better.
Yeah. Our bracket's looking good.
All right.
We're getting better.
Where do we stray? Like, where does ours change?
I think Sorenson, Osbo, and Olsson, Bachchis. So after this bout,
so you have it.
I have Olsson and Sorenson,
Got it.
and you have Bachchis and Osbo.
Odie and Osbo, yeah.
But other
Are you
than that-
LZ and Manoa at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those will be the dictators.
Yeah, so you can't have Odie win based on your bracket.
Right.
In the chase position. Again, you
Good
could be
Lord, dude.
look like you're seeing double, but
No, Simon.
Simon Olsson gets way out of shape in that chase position. Odie Bachchis into that last outside zone. Here we go. And brings it on across.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Look how fast Odie's car is.
That was a massive
It is.
mistake.
Odie has the fastest drift car in the world.
Simon Olsson in that
Like,
chase
straight up, that's the
position.
fastest drift car in the world.
That's definitely a too soon junior kind of situation where Simon just
Too
did
soon
not
junior
time
kind of
the
Yeah,
situation.
and he has the same car.
very shallow through second outside zone, but let's look at Odie Bachchis here. Very smooth on initiation. Simon, straight line approach, kind of misses that first outside zone.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Way
of
too
that,
early.
That is
Yep.
what pushed him towards the curb, and he had to transition at that point. And now, Odie Bachchis kind of has free reign.
Actually
to take the rest of
surprised
the
how
run and do a
well
great job
Olsson kept up with
through
him.
that third outside zone and the fourth outside zone. That's when Simon finally gets back into play. So now we got to kind of take a look and see what happens. But yeah, just a very small hesitation is what caused that entire thing. So yeah, it's crazy how, at this point, 1 or 2 feet of mistiming something, that's it, especially on this track. There's nowhere to make up ground. There's nowhere to correct anything.
Yeah, and again, that fluid, I would say it's fluid, but again, a lot of the drivers are saying kind of go stop, and you got to keep it tight. That natural kind of decel area, as we said, on the transition, you're going to get that scrubbing of speed. So here we go. We're going to alternate the order here. Simon Olsson will now lead. Odie Bachchis will give
That's what I
chase.
get.
Here we go.
For straying
That's
from
what I
your
get.
straying from your heart, dude.
Olsson.
Royal Purple top 16.
Odie could mess up, dude.
No,
You never know.
I was straying from my brain, not my heart.
Now coming down into that.
That was a massive,
Simon
mean
Olsson,
initiation
Odie
right there.
Bachchis in tow. Now he's going to just fill the
Introduction.
outside zone, making it look really easy as Odie Bachchis. That third outside zone, you can see Simon, Odie, right there. Everywhere Simon's going, Odie.
Odie's the tire off. Oh, so close.
Looked like he did dip that back right tire, but
Yeah,
I
Odie
think,
will take that.
Just going off of what we've seen in the
What's
past,
my win
That was a-
percentage in pro? I don't know. Probably like 35, 40%. I don't know, maybe. You asked me what my win percentage was in pro. I have no idea.
Can somebody else look that up?
I don't know.
How do we look
I
that
might
up?
be able to look it up.
Do they not have this stuff? The stats?
Yeah, Drift Stats has it.
Odie makes a very rare mistake, and through the second outside zone, both drivers doing a good job. I mean, there's not a lot of flaws in either one of their runs right now, and I mean, really, Simon was deep there in outside zone 4, almost let's see how if I can drag Odie Bakshis into deep waters. Let's see what he does. You have to throw everything at Odie Bakshis just to have a chance to take him out here. And Simon Olsson driving very smart, knowing let's throw extra angle, let's throw extra speed, let's do anything, let's pull out every trick.
Dude, just the way Odie's car moves, like you can tell when it's on and off throttle when he's on the handbrake because the car like lunges so hard and he's trying his best to control it because the car's so fast.
See, that's what I mean. It's got to be tough as a team owner and all that stuff. Like, why would Simon be like, "Yo, give me what's in your car"?
I mean, he might have it. He just might not like know how to utilize it. I don't know. A lot of those cars, like, they are a little wheel speed heavy. So like, the speed of the car depends on if you want to blow the tires off or not, because they have the power to do it. So if you like pedal the throttle back a little bit, the car will actually get faster. Because if you just go wide open and you're just blowing the tires off, then the car slows down because it gets wheel speed loose. So maybe he's not as good at controlling the throttle pedal like Odie is to regulate speed. Maybe Odie has that sweet spot. But I mean, I could see that being a thing because I know that's what those cars do.
Sure. So you are still undefeated, and you lost the field battle, right?
Yeah.
That's it, though?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you and Travis is doing good
For once,
every other
I know.
stream.
The last time we did this, I was like 0. I was like 0 for 6. I blew it.
Every battle,
I blew it. I was just trying to be
I-
too theoretical instead of being like logical with
I
it.
missed. Wait, Dylan advanced. So
Yeah,
I missed that one
Dylan
too.
beat Turk.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you lost that one too.
All right, so Sorenson, I need this W.
And here's Brandon Sorenson, who's don't count him out. Just the numbers don't lie, but we have seen Osbo lose. Obviously, there's not a champion every year, so he has been taken out. Brandon Sorenson would love to rain on his parade. Here we go, Frederick Osbo initiating into that first. Freddie did have a win earlier this year in Atlanta. Now transitioning in outside zone 2. Brandon Sorenson, little wavering there into outside zone 2, but getting it more down outside zone 3.
Inside of him, Brandon. Good job.
Toyota GR Supra now coming, bringing on home, and the wheels and tires go right.
Seems like Brandon was pedaling, like almost like.
Again, Brandon wasn't too aggressive.
Oh, dude, I'm 44%. I was right.
That's pretty good.
Actually, that's more than I thought. 31 out of 70.
Good job, Travis.
It's not horrible.
No, that's not bad, dude.
Yeah.
Who has the highest?
Highest win percentage?
Osbo?
I think it's Osbo statistically, or James.
Really doing a good job for the first outside zone, and Brandon Sorenson, I mean, mirroring at that point, gets a little bit later into the second outside zone to Sorenson, and then through here, both drivers looking just phenomenal. As they transition to outside zone 4, Brandon does a good job of leaving a little bit of a gap and then dialing it back in after. But
That was a good chase, bro.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Osbo. The only thing Osbo left on the table in the lead was he was a little bit outside of outer zone 4. Like he wasn't in outer zone 4 the whole time, but everything else was perfect.
It looked like he transitioned late too in outer zone 2, into outer zone 2, like super late.
Nah, he filled it.
But I mean,
Like I said, this track makes you do that.
yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
Or looks weird.
one of the best battles we saw in Orlando, or I mean, really ever, involved Brandon Sorenson, and one of the best battles we saw in New Jersey involved Frederick Osbo.
Yeah.
So we knew this was going to be good.
Yeah, this is good, and I'm expecting Freddie to really not back down, never surrender here with Brandon Sorenson out front, then United States Air Force BMW. I know Staff Sergeant Pizek, who I interviewed at the top of the show, he's cheering along. He's got a big support group for the United States Air Force, but Norway, small but loud country, full of Vikings, cheering him on. Talking about Frederick Osbo, Brandon Sorenson now transitioning into that second outside zone. Look at this, Frederick Osbo, shallow on outside zone 2. Definitely want to get the overhead, but there goes Freddie. He heard me. Now he drops into
Brandon.
Oh, he threw it away. Threw it away, dude.
I think he had it too, Bill. God he threw it away. Brandon.
Obviously made a mistake, but
Gosh.
It looked like it was an independent, and then Freddie had nowhere.
Ah, Brandon.
Get to outside zone 4, especially on your
Oh,
second.
Brandy
Those
boy.
tires are
Yeah,
so
Brandon.
hot.
Sorry, Brandon's applauding. He says you. Yeah.
But yeah, your tires are
Did you see what he did on that? Like,
It's so difficult to get the car back around. But
Ooh, Osbo almost ran into him. Dude.
yeah.
did not notice that before that. Frederick Osbo almost impeded there on
Ooh, a little early on that transition.
Very rare. Osbo just showing his aggression at that point. Does make a bit of a rare mistake there in the second outside zone. Now, as we come through here,
A little early on that one too. Drives in.
a ton of angle in it, but man, just looped. And
Dang, dude.
you could start to think, okay, was there any damage done there? But I mean, really, Freddie just barely touched him. If Brandon would have had a big collision at one, maybe, but.
And back to the point of it.
All right.
It affected Brandon.
No.
So that contact, that boop of the
6 for 6, baby.
2 L's, baby, for me.
So, Brandon was going to spin out, so let's make it official. Frederick Osbo
We're
gets
tied,
the win
Eddie.
and advances on
Oh, yeah.
into the
Are we
race.
differing at all through here, Travis?
Down,
No.
what's the
Crap, dude. You're going to take this W. You're going to take it home.
Well, the 8 in is going to be interesting.
Well, yeah, but I meant like that.
Odie Osbo.
I'm impressed, bro.
Both down here in
I'm impressed.
right here.
Odie Osbo,
But hate to see
Dean Shanahan, Hughes Field.
Yeah, yeah.
your viewpoint.
Yeah, that's a tough. Those are some tough ones.
I think I screwed up a little bit in my chase, leaving out of 1 going into 2. And I cut it short a little bit, and I couldn't get back on the line in a proper time. So that was it for me. I also was a little bit furious about my mistake there. So I'm not sure. I haven't reviewed a video yet. But I think I left a little bit on the table in the lead too. So Odie got it this time.
And Odie, we're going to go back to Jared. There's a lot of things happening. The show's moving real quick, but we'll come back down to you and get your viewpoint on everything. Jared.
Thank you so much,
all right.
Laura.
Sorry. When you're filling the zones, how challenging is it to see the lines?
Yeah, the lines are pretty much. I'm really bad with visuals, and I know they're pretty much non-existent at times when it's dark. So I kind of purely rely on muscle memory at this point in stage of after practice. You kind of get details from your spotter. Is it deep enough? Is it not? And then you just kind of know where the boundaries are. And yeah, we try to push it as deep as possible, as far. But man, these K rails are unforgiving, so you got to be mindful. Yeah, I think as it cooled down, I knew my car had a little bit more in it. I didn't want to get greedy and throw too much in it. And naturally, with the cooler temps, the GT radials like really come to life. So I was really banking on that and leaning on that, and it gave me just the drive that I needed. And it was drivable at the same time and fast. So it was exactly what I needed to battle someone as challenging of an opponent as Simon.
And looking forward to your battle with Frederick Osbo. What are your expectations there?
I think it's going to be really tough. I mean, I really enjoy battling Freddie. He's on it and clean, and I expect this car to be quick, but hey, we got a really quick car. So these field race team as chassis are absolutely killing it, so I think it'll be a good one.
Odie, thanks very much. Jared, now we're coming back to you.
There we go. Thank you so much. Some
Dude,
great
James
insight there
Dean,
from Odie.
78% win percentage.
It's crazy, dude.
And Osbo, 76. So Dean has a higher percentage than Osbo. Is LZ's Bluey 36 front rad? It's front radiator?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What? That's interesting because I know his Euro car isn't. I'm pretty sure. What? I wonder what radiator they used. They probably used that that PWR setup with the gnarly fans.
Probably.
I wonder what it is.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Front rad is so sketchy in a pro drift car. Unless you can keep it like way behind the frame rails. But with a JZ, I don't see how that's like has a lot of room. But
dude, how was Drift Appalachia?
Yeah, event was sick. It was cool.
We didn't get a talk since that happened between the last event.
Yeah, I haven't driven mountain roads legally like that ever. But we haven't done any mountain drifting like that since 2011, 2012 probably. That's the last time we were up. There's a bunch of roads super similar to that, like 10 minutes from here, that we used to drive like
but even
a long
then,
time ago.
Not legally though.
No, never legally, but like
this was
it
probably
would rain
like,
and we're way out in the mountains. There's no houses out there, but like, yeah, no, it was sick going there in a car that was more built and faster. Definitely had to take as much grip out of the car as possible because 350 wheel was not enough.
On the street or what? Was it just like different?
It's just naturally super grippy on streets like that. And you're coming downhill. Well, uphill is even harder because you have the G load working against you. Like as you're trying to climb the hill, naturally have more grip because you're constantly going uphill.
Sure.
So more chassis grip that way, and then downhill, like the car wants to float more. So you have to drive it with the float so that you don't run over the insides of the turns. But yeah, it was sick. They would just send like 20 cars up, like
so
in a,
dope,
in a
dude.
train. So if someone went off in front of you and you're like the 20th car back, you're just piling up in the woods. But it's obviously a private event, no spectators, and they just invite all the homies out. But yeah, that event was absolutely fucking sick.
How do they pay for that? Who's paying for that?
What do you mean?
If they're not having spectators, like how are they affording to do that?
I mean, drivers pay an entry fee.
Oh, okay.
And then they have sponsors of the event.
Sure.
That pay for the media side of it because it's more of a video production.
Right.
They treat it more like a production than a drift event, than like a motorsports event.
Sure.
But no, it's definitely sick. If I have a chance to go back to one, I'm going back for sure. It was cool.
What's next? We FD Utah next, and then Seattle.
No, Seattle, Utah.
So Seattle's next.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting! We're not going to be here, by the way, guys, for Seattle. We're going to be in Seattle. Well, I'm going to be in Seattle.
Yeah, I'll be there for one day.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're there, come say what's up. We'll all be there. I'll be there with my family, my kids. I think I'm going to have Carter come and shoot a bunch of content too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll be there with Link for the day, walking around saying what's up.
Rudy Hansen asked me and
Is this-
Susie to help out.
This battle's on.
Second outside zone, pass up. Oh, man, he loves that wall. I can't quit you, wall. Wow, look at that. The breezy on the roof and the breezy steezy into the outside zone 4. Here comes RCP. Adam LZ. Looks like the cars.
Damn, that car looks really good for how many times it's gone into the wall.
They like came to that battle out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah, I thought it was a replay.
Yeah.
Our bad.
Yeah, when I saw him starting to push out wide too, I was like, oh, please, no, not again. So let's see here. Adam LZ just very aggressive out of the launch, out of the blocks there. Feels most of outside zone 1 could have been in a little bit earlier and then starts to push.
Ooh, that outer zone 2 was
Just
sick.
breaks the wall. And Rome kind of just watching to see what's going to happen. And that does cause Rome to miss part of outside zone 3. Going into 4,
Adam
does
drives
get
out of
ripped
4.
up and pushes out a little bit wide, starting to square off that circle a little bit. And we see a nice friendly body check there by Rome Charpentier right at the end of this all acronym battle. But wow, both the BMWs
All acronym battle. LZCP.
all the course. I mean, this is just a very aggressive run from both of them. We want smooth. We love
LZRCP.
We also love how aggressive both these drivers are. Look at that. Right there.
Again, chunky peanut butter, a little bit of smooth. Sometimes you get a little crunchy, and you said you do like crunchy peanut butter, but I like smooth, baby.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you with orange juice? Pulp? No pulp?
Pulp.
Yeah, I like to eat my orange juice
All the
with
pulp.
pork.
You kind of chew it.
Yeah.
I chew my orange juice. All right. I traditionally like it with either champagne or vodka too.
Gotcha.
So just let's make that clear. So we're running on some methanol. High octane orange juice, baby. All right, here we go. Let's alternate the
Dude,
orders.
Jared.
RCP.
Jared kills me, dude.
BMW and Adam LZ chasing him down. RCP initiates. Adam LZ, look at that. Woo, good proximity there. He dropped into formation. Now transitioning into the outside zone 2. LZ keeps the composure. RCP. See a little bit of wavering there from Adam, but Rome Charpentier now coming into that last outside zone. How's Adam going to handle it? How's RCP going to handle it? Right in the middle of the outside zone 4.
Adam took that.
That was good. Goes across the nose. Looks like a little contact. Back
We'll have
left
to
front
see what.
right of these two
I could see him OMT in
Very
it.
similar runs by both. And what I'm starting to notice here is the track is getting gripped up in certain spots, but not every spot. And I'm sure that is now just playing with the drivers a little bit. It seems to be sticky in some spot and then slide out in another. But let's take a look at
So
Rome.
Rome misses outer zone 1 completely. Misses outer zone 2 completely. Adam's still there. Yeah, it might go to Adam. It'd go to Adam or one more time. Misses outer zone 3. The only thing Rome did better in the lead was fill 4, but
outside zone 4. So both drivers in both positions having a couple of mistakes. It will come down to essentially who is missing more zones or who's missing them worse. And yeah, it's just scrappy. It's very scrappy.
yeah, it should go to Adam.
We saw that
based on the lead runs.
With the Shanahan Castro battle, you know, it's kind of all those little mistakes equating to one big, you know, it's kind of the one big duck or 1,000 little ducks.
Right.
What do you want?
Yeah. So let's see here. So outside zone 1, it looks like Adam did a better job. Second outside zone, Adam almost surpasses it, while Rome is a little bit shorter there. And I'm looking at the leads primarily here. Adam does a little bit better of a job through 3, and then through outside zone 4, Rome's basically got it there. So yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be close.
I got nothing, man. Yeah, it's just.
You ever seen the movie Over the Top?
It's gonna be close. It might be a split decision. It might go Adam.
It's like a switch.
Adam 2 judges and a 1 more time, or Adam 1 judge and 2 1 more times.
All right, here we go. Slide him left for Adam LZ, right for RCP. Looks like Adam gets 1 of votes.
Oh.
A 2 of votes. A 3 of votes.
I thought it was pretty clear cut.
I mean, I could see there, like, Adam missed outer zone 3 in the chase, like all of it, and missed outer zone 4 in the lead. So, like, I see those as pretty decent mistakes, but Rome missed all the zones in the lead and wasn't, like, super spectacular in the chase anywhere. So I could see it going that way.
Yeah. Michael, I agree, dude. Won't spoil it. He says won't spoil it, but judges are doing well. I agree. I think that they've made some pretty good calls.
There's not enough crashes. The controversial calls only come when there's a crash, and usually this, like I said earlier, usually this track's a crash fest. Everyone's been holding it together for somehow. I don't know, but
we're lucky.
Yeah, if we keep it up this way, dude, we'll be out of here by 8:30.
Let's go, baby.
But don't worry, it'll take about 2 hours to get through the final 4. I'm sure everyone will be running into each other.
The Sims. I'm just going to put it out there, Sims. You know, Sim Magic, Extreme Sim. They are a sponsor of Formula Drift. Don't know what setup, but simulators, man, they play a major role in heroes in life and his driving. Here we go. So Taylor Holt at Comp Camps, Edelbrock. I know Rutt is cheering him on. Here we go in that second outside zone into the... Oh, Manoa dives in. You can see again, he has that proximity, but we need to match that angle. He's kind of just at a 15-degree in conjunction to Taylor Hall now in that final outside zone.
So Manoa didn't fill outer zone 4 and was not matching angle almost the entire run.
Yeah.
My guess right now is the track is gripping up much quicker than a lot of the drivers had anticipated, and there are some things that the teams can do to loosen the carb and make it a little bit easier to drive as things get faster, and they may not be anticipating that it's going as quick as it is. So you can see just how much Taylor is kind of struggling to get the car to float out and fill all the zones.
I mean, Taylor missed the zones too, for sure.
Sure.
A bit of a dive. Looks like Taylor missed a bit of 1 and 2, and Manoa just not timing things correctly, and that could be part of what is going on with Taylor Hall in the lead. But at the end of the day, Manoa's job is still to mirror what's going on, and he is struggling just a little bit with that. Very aggressive, darting in, darting out, and even though if the driver in front of you is missing sections, you still need to be able to mirror that with them and kind of match what they're doing. And right there is a great example of that. Taylor holds that transition for a good chunk of time.
Michael, LZ definitely has a corner of the bracket that's not all champions, but look who he's going to meet in the 4. Like, he's going to have either Odie or Osbo in the 4. So it all comes back to you at some point. But yeah, I think he's drew a little bit of an easier corner.
And then if it's going to opposite G's. Here we
I don't want to say easier corner because like all these dudes rip and this is super hard, but like statistically there are easier corners of the bracket than others.
Now Taylor Holt doing something very similar that we saw Manoa, but now Hero out front, no problem at all. That
yeah, Manoa's lead runs. Oh,
what was that?
That was weird. I'll have to watch that again.
Did Manoa come off of that corner like way late?
Yeah, he might have just waited. Like he might have hung out there really far, like way too late to transition. I could see that being a problem.
But now here he is fighting for a spot into the 8 against his 14-year-old driver.
Yeah, I'm super happy with the way that both drivers.
Didn't Manoa do that in Florida, OSW, in the transition? He like
same thing.
Very like really late.
No, that was Diego with Osbo.
Yeah.
Yep. Osbo still lost.
See, he should have been off that, ready to go.
Yeah, so he was, but it doesn't specify
made it
when
look
you
good,
have
though.
to leave it.
It made it look good though. It looked clean.
No, for sure.
Like it honestly almost looked easier, but I think he still misses that rear.
Like look at like Hole's stuck so far on the inside of that turn, and then stuck all the way on the inside of this one too.
I think that Jacob's right. I think it's just gripping up.
Outside zone as we come up to the third one. So not a ton of angle there from Manoa. And then right there, Taylor just pushes a bit wide. I will say, though, phenomenal job of getting it collected again for 4. That's not easy to do.
I think they'll give it to Manoa still.
A couple of wild things here and there. I mean,
What I like is no contact. You know, and again, announcer's curse here. Go and knock on that plastic table there. That outside zone 4. You know, we saw a lot of people hit that tire wall there at the end, and outside zone 4. We'll see as we progress on what's gonna happen.
Dude, yeah, Taylor was almost like straight through outer zone 1.
Manoa's doing a way better job of mimicking and keeping proximity also. He just does a weird thing here, goes really wide. It depends on how they judge that. Dude.
He
That
was
could go
there
either
though
way.
too. Like he was in the zone though. Like
Taylor
he
was
had
there
transferred.
with him. He just lifted and waited for him to change direction. But like, could you say that was caused by Manoa being there forever?
Taylor might have found himself on the wrong
Yeah, maybe.
side, or
we have
Jared's talking about the same thing we are.
when it comes to car setup as well. You know, the Japanese style of driving and building and designing is a very fluid with a lot of angle. It's meant to be kind of soft. American style, though, very aggressive.
right, America versus Japan, but right now it looks
Oh.
Eight for 8. 8 for 8, baby. Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Nice.
All right, Travis takes the W on the Great 8.
Dude,
You got
no, I
every
called the
battle right.
I called the entire 16 right.
That was great. Or sorry, 16.
Yeah.
That was I'm impressed, bro.
Yeah. I'm impressed with myself, to be honest.
You should be.
Do the Nitto drivers have an advantage on the 315s? I actually don't think so. I think that the 315 is not good enough being that big to discount or to overcome how heavy the car has to be on that tire. I think the best tire in the series is still the GT because you can be like 2,900 pounds. It's technically a 295, but it measures skinny. So you can be 100 pounds lighter if you put it on like a 9.5-inch wheel. So for as good as the GT is, you can be even lighter than you think, and the tire's just crazy good. So I think the GT is still the best tire. I don't think the Nitto is better than the GT, to be honest.
Is my pen over there? Sorry.
Your pen? No, there's just this one.
Just that one. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you go first and then I'll go.
I filled my whole bracket out.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
So you don't have to make it like that then. Okay.
I'm already done, baby.
All right. What are we going to do here?
The Viturs are good. They just they don't make a 40 series or they didn't last year, so they lack some side bite and they don't last as long. They don't. A lot of guys struggle to get 2 laps out of them from what I saw last year. But they are a super good tire. Wait, are you changing your bracket now?
Me?
You're gonna go from the 8 in. You're gonna try to
Yeah,
guess?
yeah, for sure.
All right. Dude, I want like a huge like chocolate chip cookie or something.
Okay, we can make that happen. You just have to give me a few minutes.
Oh, you got stuff upstairs.
I do, and we have new cookies too. We have snickerdoodle and chocolate chip.
Dude, I want a chocolate chip cookie so bad right now. I'm so fat.
Okay, I'll see what I can do for you.
Oh God.
Eddie, you want anything?
The GT is better than the Falcon,
you.
in my
want a
opinion. The GT is better than the 660 and the 615K, in my opinion. I think the GT has more.
Are you saying that because you're sponsored by GT or not?
No, I'm just answering questions, dude. I've driven on every tire.
I'm just curious.
No, I'll
Good.
tell you if there's a tire better.
I just want to make sure. You know, I'm just holding you.
There's a lot of tires that are better than GTs. They're just not in the series.
I'm playing devil's advocate. Okay, the audience is going to listen to you and they'll be like, "Listen, that guy, he's just sponsored by GT, so he says it's good." You know?
Dude. The Valinos are still like one of the gnarliest tires of all time.
Why is Valeno not in the series?
I don't know. They don't want to pay, or they don't want to dumb their tire. They'll like show up with like an 80 treadwear like FU tire that's like basically a drag slick, and they'll be like, "We want to compete with this." I don't know. I don't know how that works, but like those tires have like the deepest tread depth, and the compound is so soft that like they'll just break shit.
Wow.
On cars, but like it has to be even. A lot of the tires in like D1 or like FD Japan, because they're kind of like unlimited. A lot of those tires, or even the tires in like New Zealand, a lot of those companies, they make like an insane drift tire. And a lot of those cars are faster than ours, like DMEC. A lot of those cars are faster than ours on a tire that's way smaller with a less sidewall because the compounds are so gnarly.
Do they have to have like an actual street tire? Because I think Velinos don't have like actual.
No, they're not DOT'd. So like that's another thing is like, but there's tires, they've let people in FD non-DOT to try to get more brands in there.
Right.
Because like I don't think the Vitour is not DOT. I don't think.
Yeah.
And the new Federal might not be DOT. So, or not Federal. Kenda.
Kenda, yeah.
Might not be DOT. But either way, like I think DMEC has a size cap, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think they have like a 265 limit or something. But they just show up with the gnarliest 265 ever, or 275 or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. Tires are crazy. It sucks that like tires are so good. Like some of these tires are so good that they can mask. Are we missing battles? Yeah, we're missing battles.
Oh no.
Shit, sorry, dudes.
I mean, they might have missed a foot of that first outside zone. Second outside zone, they're both basically parallel. Connor might have been a little bit deeper, but these transitions, man. If you want to learn how to transition a car, just watch Shanahan. Like that's it. It's like he's able to predict exactly what's going to happen. I mean, obviously him and James have driven.
Oh, Shanahan kind of lacking in outer zone 1, dude.
Maybe he knows exactly what James is thinking, but James Dean out front in the lead, just laying down an absolute heater of a lead run, which allows Connor Shanahan to drive with confidence. Man, I just want that to be like.
Your pen 5 times this run.
I don't know. I don't do it with my hands. Like,
yeah,
I'm so distraught with how incredible this is.
It is very impressive. The predictiveness ability that Shanahan has, I think, comes from exactly just that. Like you said, driving together, knowing the style. Shanahan really favors these flat tracks. It's an Irish-style track. It's Driftmaster-style track. Yeah. You know that we know the BMW works. This is RCP's old E36 vehicle. James Dean, obviously, it's coming together. The combination, finally getting that car to the point where he needs it / wants it, and it's feeling comfortable. I mean, he burnt the car down, or the car got on fire at Long Beach, and he wins the event. I mean, come on. So Connor Shanahan now out front in that BMW. Look at this all-Irish battle. James Dean, he's off there.
This might be the first break in my bracket, boys.
Right now, got some Ditto tires out back. Got transitioning to the last outside zone. What's going to happen? Oh boy, here we go. James Dean, Shanahan.
What?
Here we are. Again, just this is definitely going to warrant a side-by-side.
James. I think James is going to win.
Oh, okay. Snickerdoodle or peanut butter? That's all we got.
Pen exploded.
Oh, you got no chocolate chips?
I love that this is.
Do you want a free cookie or not?
I'm so incredibly impressed with where
Hold on,
we
watch
are
this
in drifting
replay.
now, and impressed with what Ireland has been able to develop in these two phenomenal drivers. Look at that. I mean, James Dean starts to surge ahead just a little bit.
That transition was
Very reminiscent
gangster.
of like the 2018 James Dean era of almost surpassing him. And look at this. 2 hits to the car right there. Connor Shanahan stays in it. James Dean just keeps pushing him around the track. Good transition there from James Dean. Maybe not as good as Connor Shanahan's, but still like world class in both of these. Yeah, we're gonna need.
James Dean owes me a rocker panel from that last turn, dude.
That tire just grinding in. Look at these guys.
He lifted on me last year, and I plowed into him.
I mean,
Wrote my whole freaking rocker panel off.
This is also, you know, for those that are tuning in, driver A.
What's the other one? Snickerdoodle or
Peanut butter.
what? Peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
I'll take Snickerdoodle.
Really try to minimize the one more time this year for the flow. So you be the judge.
What else do you bring?
That's it.
I mean, there's
Eat the cookie.
Hold on,
It's
I'm
good.
watching the replay, dude.
Connor Shanahan been a little bit closer, which that's crazy to even think. Second outside zone, pretty comparable through there. Both of them touching each other with the cars and just banging. But yeah, it's nuts. I got almost.
Ooh, it might be one more time.
Closer through 4, like what?
Okay. On the slope, he looks like a
One more time.
Travis, have you ever driven the streets before? No.
I got you one time. You hit me another time.
Yep.
Yeah, I have. So I started on
It's so cool.
first like
I'm glad
3 years of drifting.
Yeah, this is amazing. And people
Industrial districts, warehouses, parking lots, all that good stuff. No ignorant like street through intersection shit though. I hate that.
Slide him left for Dean, right for Shanahan, and I'm thinking the way.
Yep.
Yeah. One more
Good call.
time.
Good call. I saw the whole thing.
Would FD be better off implementing 265 tire rule? Yes. I think 275/40 should be a cap, just because like the cars are getting too insane. I feel like the Tandem is getting worse over the years because the cars are getting so much faster. So I think a tire limit would help that.
Dylan, let's go, baby. 3 for 3, dude.
Winning percentages, you see that. How many battles, how many wins. Interesting. All right, so 3 for 3 on either side, or 3 for 6, excuse me, on either side. 50% for either side.
Let's see a tiebreaker here.
Lorette was talking to James Dean back on him, the machine, and yeah, I mean, from Goodwood Festival of Speed, Drift Masters, I mean, these guys are bouncing around, both those Irish pilots. But here we are seeing now Dylan the Dozer Hughes.
Dude, how much money do you think James's freaking budget is? It's gotta be like millions.
It's just whatever RTR charges to drive the car.
I'm talking about though, dude's traveling.
Oh, yeah, he spends a shit ton of money to go drifting.
It's gotta be millions, bro.
And Lean Customs. Again, here we go. Dylan Hughes, he is leading, and that just tells you again, Matt has found himself in less than ideal scenarios over the season, which is called what it is. Here we go. Dylan Hughes out front through that start chicane, initiates into that.
Whoa! Way to stay in it, Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan don't lift, ain't no bitch.
Dylan Hughes now into that second outside zone.
I'm just saying, dude.
Dylan Hughes looks like Matt Field backing down a little bit, giving him some room, and I got the
Matt's butthole is puckered right now, though. Atta baby.
Yeah, dude.
Finished the run like a man, dude.
Yeah, that was sick.
Was that Dylan slowing down? Was that Field being aggressive? Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, we really need to understand when each driver got on the throttle, where we see the smoke start to pour out. So let's see here. Dylan Hughes, nice feint there, gets into it. I mean, real tough to tell from that one. Matt definitely came in real hot and fast.
Hot to the trot, bro.
What it'll come down to, should Dylan
They might give like a shared fault for that, but I mean, just depends on where the decel zone is. I hate that they're not defined on the ground.
Dylan Hughes still hangs on to things, and Matt is able to continue the chase.
Do you think like having like some type of flag or like cone or something up would make a difference? A visual something?
Right at the beginning of the first outside zone, Dylan looked like he was just about to get on throttle, or was just getting on throttle when Matt hit him there. It wasn't like Dylan was super deep to the zone. The upside is both of them keep driving, keep running through, and then right here, Matt's got a big dive, misses a large section.
They might.
Of the, fourth outside zone.
They might put that on Dylan for not lighting off, but I just don't know where the decel ends in their eyes. It's all up to the judges, which kind of sucks.
I don't know what's that called when you like you're I'm biased, so I don't care. Dylan didn't do anything wrong. I'm not a judge. I can say that though, right? I also don't hate Matt. I think Matt's great. Both these dudes would be dope to see move forward.
Across the nose of the BMW, initiating into that first outside
Dylan way
zone.
deeper than Matt now. Wow. One. That was
good,
sick.
Transition into outside zone 2.
Getting pulled a little bit.
A lot of it.
Pulling away. Bit of a power gamble here for Matt Field, and big angle from him. Dylan Hughes.
Okay.
Trying to find that extra power to jump up to the side.
One more time.
Built by Drift Cave up there in Northern
Was Dylan's out? If he's not at fault. One more time.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's gonna be close.
Matt Field filling all that zone. Dylan not as aggressive, obviously, because we didn't see any contact to the first outside zone. Second outside zone, Dylan starts to tuck back into it, but Matt Field throws goes on the jets and starts pulling away. Dylan does a smart thing, coming in outside zone 3 a little bit early so he can make that dive. And I mean, smart play by Dylan Hughes, knowing that he was starting to get gapped there. And then
Chat, what do you guys think, dude? Who's taking this? Somebody help me here.
I mean, if you come out of outside zone 3 early like that,
Even those dudes looking nervous, man.
Yeah. I can see I can see it being OMT if they don't put Dylan at fault for this.
Yeah.
Also, if they don't put him at fault, it could go to Dylan still.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's Dylan. I don't know, dude. He's just way off in outer zone. Outer zone 3 or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, he did get pulled, but they just have to weigh what they think is the bigger mistake.
Yeah. So, while we're waiting here, okay. You guys think Dylan? Matt? Francis says Matt. Alex says Dylan. Nathan, we'll get to your question here in a few, dude. Or not Nathan, sorry. Clinton.
It's just very smart driving. You know you've made a mistake.
Field. So it's 2-2.
I want him to OMT it.
Really good to see.
Yep. All right. Team looking on.
I could see it going any of 3 ways, to be honest, which is wild to sound. Or wild to say. Oh. See?
Oh, Jesus.
Any of 3 ways, dude. I'm right there.
Oh, my gosh. Good
I
call.
called it.
Good call.
Bringing a smile to their face. All right, so Fields team prepped.
That was crazy. Split, I've had 2 split decisions like that.
Yeah.
We don't see that a lot.
Okay, so two things here. We're talking about Matt's. Eddie, can you go up a little bit? There's a question. Maybe you can't. Okay, it's screwed. Whatever. It was talking about Matt's competitiveness, though, right? What's your opinions on Matt's competitiveness before we get into this Osbo Bakchis? I personally love it. I think the sport needs more Matts.
He's super. Yeah, he's super. I love Matt too. I talk to him all the time. We chat about car setup and shit like regularly, but he definitely is super like aggressive and in like the I got to do everything I need to win mindset. And I think he kind of falls out of the like driving with your boys mindset, which is fine because it is competition and there's money on the line and whatnot. But he's definitely there to like compete, which is fine.
There we go.
We'll come back to this. Whoa, dude.
Initiations of gangster backwards entry.
Wow.
Chased by Frederick Osbo into that second outside zone. Now into that third outside zone goes Odi Bakchis. Look at that. He's turning on the sauce. Into that last outside zone. Look at that. Pulling away from Frederick Osbo.
Dude, Odi's cars. Dude, Odi's car's insane, dude.
Do you think Osbo was like, I need to do something right now at the beginning?
Yeah, because I'm gonna get
pulled.
I guarantee you Ron is in the stands. Ron at Nitto has a stopwatch, and he's telling Osbo that Odi's got a second on him.
Yeah. Look at that, dude. Wow, that was an epic entry, dude. Holy. Oh, dude.
Odi just misses 4. I mean, that's kind of a safe move, though.
I mean,
the initiation was crazy by Osbo, but like he's pushing because he knows that Odi's car is so much faster than his. Odi's on the brakes in the zone, and Osbo still can't catch him.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. Also, he doesn't pull him as much as you think he would right here, and Osbo still seems to stay at least.
No, but think about it, dude.
Within that.
This is Osbo's car.
No, I get it.
Like that car is usually super fast. They got this. I'm sure they have the screws turned. I'm sure that car's at 11 right now.
Yeah.
And Odi still has more to go, probably.
Just casually.
I'm just saying.
Another walk in the park, you know?
Yeah. Odi's also on GT.
And Freddie throwing something that we don't really see a lot from him. But that was more of a smoother transition. Wasn't as aggressive. That rate to angle. Now to that second outside zone. Here goes Freddie.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
We got wheel-to-wheel contact, kids.
Don't do it, Frederick.
We don't have a problem. Keep it moving. All right, into that third outside zone. Now transition that final outside.
That's
zone.
insane how much faster Odie's car is, dude.
Literally cannot hold it back.
He cannot hold the car back.
We saw the FPV drone.
Wow, dude.
Serum. That overhead is really, I think, going to be a massive aid in that.
When Odie left foot brakes, his car accelerates.
Yeah, the only reason
That's wild.
Only because it's limiting wheel speed, so it's getting more grip, like I told you earlier.
Yeah.
Like that is a thing where a car's faster on the brakes or could be faster on the brakes.
Odie initiating at the same time, but a little bit further in on the track, transitioning to our second outside zone. Freddie does a good job.
He's literally just like foot to the floor, but with the brake pedal right there, trying to like, something.
And look at this. Doesn't go off track.
Wow.
I was almost positive Odie Boxer was going to be in the grass. Wow.
Yeah, he was definitely flirting with it.
I think they both made mistakes. It'll probably go one more time, to be honest.
That was fun to watch, bro. That was really fun to watch.
I could see it going to Osbo though, just because of how like choppy Odie is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because his car is so much faster. But I could see it going to OMT or going to Osbo. Unfortunately, even though that would kill my bracket.
Both of these drivers that are known for being very cool, calm, and collective, start to let loose. You know, drop a button and just getting a little wild out there.
Absolutely. All right, yeah. Are they going to the one more time? And we talk about minimizing our one more times, but here we are. You know, we're going to go back over here to James Dean and Shanahan, the one more time between Hughes and Field. But this is the caliber of driving we're seeing now here in Formula Drift. Just really, and like we said, we were trying to minimize one more times, and looks like the
I agree, Michael.
And this is where, you know, it gets.
Francis agreed. He was super aggressive, too aggressive though. I think that's what we're talking about. It might bite him in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
That ruins my whole bracket.
Well, good. About time you freaking lost one.
The only battle I lost ruins my entire bracket.
I did too. I think we all did. Did you go Odie too, Eddie?
Odie wasn't even on
your bracket.
I got it wrong.
Oh. Well then,
I was just
Olsson.
sorry.
You had Olsson.
I was assuming, Sorenson. I was assuming Sorenson would have been in this battle.
Gotcha. So props to Osbo on that, dude.
Odie's car just too hooked up. He was too sloppy. Even though it was so visibly faster, which was sick to watch, it's just like, yeah, when it's choppy like that, it's kind of hard to say that it was.
I guess in the it can bite you in the butt.
Bro, how many battles have I lost because my car's too fast?
I know.
Like the entire 56% of my losses. Because I like making mistakes. My car's too tight.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta find the balance, man.
Yeah. It's a hard part, dude. So, you're also guessing. You set up the car guessing about like who you're battling, like what their speed is. You just all you have is data from earlier in the day when it was sunny out and their cars are getting slower, or data from like what's happening real time.
Right.
But you have to put a setup in the car off of just like a pure chance that you get it right. It's super tough.
So how does the Arrive and Drive team works? Do you pay for the car, Travis, yourself, or do sponsors help pay? Like how does the work that
it can go either way. As long as the car gets paid for by someone, then you're driving it.
Okay, Clinton's asking. It's the only reason I'm asking.
Yeah, if someone's trying to sell a seat for the year, like how Simon pays for Odie's other car, Odie I'm sure has a number, and the number has to be met, whether it's Simon's family paying for that number or it's sponsors of Simon's paying for that number. So it can go any way. It's just as long as the car gets paid for, team owner doesn't really care,
right?
Because he's getting what he needs to run the car.
So basically, what he's saying is like Odie says, "Hey, $500K, you can show up." Does Odie have any control of sponsorship or anything like that? You think, or does it depend on the package? Like with RTR,
it depends on the package. Sometimes these teams, like look at Ben. Like Ben's car has Pennzoil over it. Like
Right.
Ben was never a Pennzoil driver. I'm sure that RTR teed that up when Chelsea left. They're like, hey, Pennzoil, we're bringing this other driver in. We'd like you to partner on this car. This is the new guy. Can we work out a deal?
Yeah.
And then it goes from there. I'm sure they sourced that because they had the in. But there's sometimes where people come
Like
to,
Pennzoil with Chelsea came to I thought that Chelsea brought Pennzoil to RTR.
I think Pennzoil has been a part of RTR for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think they end up just being the title of Chelsea's car ever since it went yellow. So for like the 2 years or whatever. And then I think Pennzoil probably had more money to spend and wanted to stay a title on that car, and they just transitioned the car over to Ben.
Sure.
And Pennzoil stayed involved. There's a lot of back and forth with this from the business standpoint of it. But that's the thing about drifting is you never know what you're going to get. Some of these guys have big, massive corporate sponsors that pay their stuff. A lot of the guys are family funded, and then a lot of the privateers are just doing what they can to get by with the partners that they can support. And some guys are running it on credit cards, which is not the right thing to do. But you get a little bit of everything in FD.
So Alex says, let's say RTR do James like LZ have to pay, or they rented not paying due to them bringing money. No, they're paying for sure. Yeah, they're.
Well, it still depends, dude. Vaughn has a number. Here's the rerun. Dean and Shanahan.
James Dean out front, Connor Shanahan. This we're really going to see a glaring mistake from one of these drivers. Don't leave in the judge's hands. Do something sensational. The X factor. What you got? Bang! Right there. The buzzsaw. The buzzsaw on the door. James Dean spins. Might have been, I think, the tire to tire. And that's what I was talking about.
There's the other part of my bracket that's a loss. Dude, I'm not doing good in the 8, dude.
Yeah, you just. I don't know. Me either, bro. We're all the same. We all choose the same people, I think.
Yeah, so it depends on RTR. Like, I'm sure Vaughn has a number to operate a car for the season, and if that number is met by partners, whether it's those partners are brought in by James or Adam or whoever, or if those partners are supplied by RTR, the number has to get paid.
Plus, you could also, I guess you could consider the fact that LZ and James have almost their own, brands and fans that they would be bringing to RTR2. So that probably goes into the negotiation as well.
Yeah,
but I would
also,
think
like,
that there's
yeah,
still a dollar amount that has to be met, like you were saying.
Yeah, there's always a dollar amount that has to be met one way or another because this stuff is extremely expensive. And Vaughn can't lose, he can't lose hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just to for funsies.
Yeah.
But like if James came to, say James went in and was like Vaughn's like, do you want the seat? You have to come up with this much money. And James like, yeah, I have AutoZone, which is what's on his car right now. And if James is like, here's AutoZone, they're bringing this much money, I'm bringing it in here, then Vaughn would happily be like, yeah, no problem. We can work them into the deal and then cover the cost for the car. And I would assume that if they brought in enough money that was past his dollar amount, that the driver, if they supplied that money, would keep the excess. But if Vaughn supplied the partner, he would keep the excess. You know what I mean?
Sure.
From a business standpoint.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Does Formula Drift need to approve your sponsors?
Only if
sponsor.
So I actually got approval for a cannabis sponsorship. It just never went through.
Got it.
So they're open to that, and we could have alcohol. I don't think you can have cigarettes. I think tobacco is limited, but nicotine might not be limited. Like if you had Zyn or something.
That'd be gangster.
And then I think the other thing is that you'd have to clear would be firearms.
James Dean, if he keeps his composure, doesn't do anything extraneous or makes a mistake, the win could be his. But Shanahan is really going to try to force a mistake from so the hard ass. Here we go in that second outside zone. That's where they have the contact. But Shanahan keeps it sideways, digs into that third outside zone. Here comes the final outside zone, zone 4. And whoa!
Wow, dude.
There he goes.
James's car looked like it was about to turn around right there.
That Irish
Held on to it.
There you go. But Connor Shanahan looks like he's going to be knocked out. And here we go. James Dean, again, 74-point lead over second place. But again, shaking things up here.
Man, I love how fun this run feels. So Connor Shanahan out front, and James Dean really could leave 1 or 2 car lengths the entire lap and just be like, cool, you made a mistake, I'm just gonna bone this in. But he doesn't. He really doesn't. He keeps a great proximity. Mirrors, look at there's no reason to be that close right now. Absolutely no reason. And Connor Shanahan just going full lock, full throttle through the whole thing. I mean, right there, James Dean, if he just turned the wheel too much, if he checked up a bit, that could have been it. We could have been looking at a completely different story. But man, it's so great. I mean, if you're watching this at home, if you're watching this in person, just take a minute to appreciate how incredible this is right now.
Yeah, make some noise for Shanahan and James Dean. What a battle. They step outside of their vehicles, have to assume they're going to slide the way of the St. Louis Arch. James the Machine Dean, there it is. James Dean gets the win, 3-time champion, current points leader. And there you go, giving the signature hand gestures of here we were, there we go, hand, and did that.
I seem like a Pabst guy.
There you go. Like
dude.
There we go. Boom.
I actually don't drink beer at all, to be honest. Austin drinks Bud Light.
I don't drink nothing, bro. Bud Light Lime.
No, I actually don't drink beer. If I have
Do
a
you
drink,
drink, Eddie?
A little bit.
You want a beer, dude? I have a beer sponsor, and we don't have any. There's just free.
any of these, dude, you can have them.
Like, pick one.
Is there a light beer?
There's an IPA right here.
The lightest one is gonna be like
There's a
Is
hazy.
there cider?
No. There's a s'mores.
What?
Backwoods has a s'mores. It's fire. From what I remember. It's been like 9 months since I've had a drink. But here. I'll bring it to you.
Very, very fast. Fastest car I've ever encountered at this track. And I knew he was going to bring it, so I really went for it.
How do tire sponsorship work since there's only a couple to choose from? Yeah, tire sponsorships is literally the tire sponsorship is literally the hardest thing about Formula D. Keeping these companies in the sport and having enough supply of tires for all the drivers. Believe it or not, I kind of feel like I'm like whistleblowing on this.
What do you mean, why?
Probably over half of the Pro 1 field still pays for tires.
You think so?
Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe not over half, but close to half. Here's a battle.
Dylon.
Matt Field getting lost in the smoke, but definitely not lost at all because he found his way to the side of the Royal Purple BMW. Good angle for both the guys. This looks definitely textbook for both of them. Surging forward is Matt Field. Look at that lunge.
Dylan's leads are so good.
And that's kind of that X factor, the unknown, just that awesome kind of boom. I'm here, letting you know, because remember he kind of pulled away from Dylan Hughes on another battle.
Yeah, there's a lot that's on the stake here for both of them right now, and they both they need to drive at a level that is so high, and especially as this track evolves, as we add more rubber
Eddie,
to it.
Sam asked if we're going to Spirit Cheeks tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to go to Spirit tomorrow. I'm going to take the banana. So that's the plan.
I wasn't planning on it, but a bunch of people have been bugging me to go.
Yeah, you should probably go then.
Yeah, sure.
I'm down for some burnouts, dude.
Dude, we need to make that freaking banana video so bad.
Yep.
We should do it after Seattle.
Do you think RTR pays for... RTR definitely doesn't pay for tires. They have a pretty large deal with Nitto, from what I understand. It's mainly the smaller, like, privateer teams that are paying for tires, but they are paying, like, a racer discount. It's not like it's an astronomical amount, but those do use a lot of tires, and even at $100 a tire, it's still super expensive, but there's a lot of teams still paying.
How does can you share information on how your partnership works? Do you just call them and you're like, hey, I need a pallet?
It depends on what your deal is. Like some have like a tire cap, like an amount that you get for free or whatever, and that's how many you get. Some of it's like tires and cash. Some of it, like, you never know.
Yeah,
it's all just, every deal is different for every driver with all these companies.
I like the Blue Moon idea, though. That's good. All right, Dylan, let's see this chase, baby. Get in that door. Get in there.
But also just a fine young gentleman. Here we go.
Ooh, yep, inside of him.
Hughes goes for it. He gets to the side of the Corvette. Definitely want to see the overhead of that. And Matt Field, he continues on. Big angle there. I got to tell you, don't poke the bear. Matt Field right now into this final outside zone. How's he going to manage?
No!
Oh, Dylan Hughes.
Dylon.
Dylan a little wide. Didn't pick up the gas hard enough.
Dude, but he was that.
That was sick.
That was gangster.
That was a good battle.
These guys think they won.
Big boat guy right there, dude.
Don't count your chickens, boys and girls, because, I mean, there's still a replay.
Oh, there you go. They're right next to each other. They're dabbing them up. Let's take a look.
Matt Field out of the gate looks good. Good initiation. Dylan Hughes, love
God.
it. Look at he's basically body checks Matt Field into the first outside zone. He goes, hey, you weren't deep enough. Let me push that for you. And then Matt Field, look at, able to keep everything going. Keeps a great line through there. Matt Field filling all of outside zone 3 as we transition out. Dylan just super aggressive and just checks out.
Damn it, dude.
2 wheels off, but that was a very large correction through the outside or fourth outside zone. So it's it's still tough to say because there were other.
No, that was too big of a straight. And outside zone 4, you see him grip up and he just shoots straight out. He didn't have. That was the V, not the C, as we've been talking about. Watch, ready?
Oh, I know. It was. I mean, it definitely was a massive mistake. It's possible he went 2 wheels off there. I didn't quite see. I know he's very close to the line, but
out of the car, there goes Dylan Hughes again. I'm liking this.
Detox.
Really
I'll be out there again. Don't worry. I'm only like 45 minutes from Spirit, so
let's get Soap microphone.
I'm sure we'll cross paths at some point this summer.
These guys are bros, man. I'll tell you what. Like I told you earlier, Matt Field talking to him down in the hot pits. He's like, you know what's great after this? We have some beers with the boys. You know, and I mean, he's going with Ripper on offshore boat racing. The camaraderie is cool, and when you have a battle like that, we're not just call it what it is. Sometimes, yeah, it gets a little bitter, but you're still gonna talk about it, talk a little smack. But these guys are going to have some brews later. Make some noise for them. Dylan the Dozer Hughes and the Beast from the Bay, Matt Field.
so aggressive. I love it. It's just that's what we want to see.
All right, slide them right. Go ahead, get on with it. Matt Field.
Damn, good push, Dylan, though. That was good. Could I drive FD Seattle? Yeah, I could. Technically, I could probably hit up FD and pay the entry fee and just drive Seattle for funsies, but I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
I don't want to destroy the car, dude. Every time I drive Seattle with my car, I go through all my taillights, all my trunks.
I'm not
going
gonna lie, that's got to be the biggest bitch excuse I've ever heard in my life. Did you just say you don't want to destroy your car?
Bro,
your drift car?
I don't have a lot of partnership coming in this year.
Go get one. Ask
Bro,
there.
the reason I'm sitting here is because I don't have enough money to drive FD. Why would I just write the car off for one event? It's not.
Don't write it off.
Yeah, easy for you to say. Have you ever seen me drive Seattle in my fucking E46? First lap off the trailer, dude. It's to the C-pillar. I'm bending the back window every time. Get out of here with that shit, dude. If I'm gonna drive it, I'm gonna wreck it.
Oh, dude.
Gramps is listening to me right now, and he's agreeing.
Manoa in the chase position.
What is he? He's agreeing. Don't wreck it.
You know, he's agreeing that I crash the car all the time. He knows what's up.
Yeah, that's okay.
That second outside zone, feeling all of it. Manoa, some wavering right there. That's what I was talking about. Need to mimic that angle. And Adam LZ, you talk about how gripped up it is. It looks like it does grip up, and that does allow Manoa to gain, again, proximity, but also mimic that angle in that final outside zone 4.
Yeah, Adam, I mean, chopped a little bit of that zone out in outside zone 4, but the rest of the run does look really, really good. And Manoa able to make the adjustments, able to dial in a bit more speed, understanding just how quick this BMW is. So let's see here. Adam, great job out of the gate. Good initiation there. Manoa right there the whole time. Able to modulate his speed just enough to get into the pocket. Second outside zone, Adam fills the whole thing. Manoa does not get shaken. Third outside zone, Adam fills that. Manoa could have been a little bit deeper through that part. And then this transition here, Manoa adds more angle than Adam does and is able to check up a little bit. So, bit of a mistake there. A couple of zones that could be filled just a touch more. And, you know, if I sound like I'm getting picky, it's because I am. You know, this is the part of the event we're at. We're getting picky.
That's where we're at, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So I do like the way that Manoa is able to toss in a little bit more angle.
Dakota, you're right, bro. It's not drifting if you're not in the walls. Anyway, I just want to see you drive. I just miss it.
Trust me, dude. I want to drive too. Don't get me wrong.
I know.
I would love to blow the trunk of my car apart every single lap at Seattle this year, but it just doesn't make sense financially.
We need to call Budweiser.
Yeah, let's just cold call Budweiser. Hello, Budweiser. I'd like a sponsorship for my race car, please. Thank you. $150,000 per event.
Yeah,
See how
for
he
real.
slides to the side. Good, man, good posturing there by Manoa. Oh, wow, Adam LZ really mimicking that transition into outside zone 2 and then outside zone 3. Some wavering there by Adam in the chase. How are they going to handle 4? Manoa out there. Whoa, look at Adam LZ now. He drops into formation. Wow.
Adamer one more time.
So, again, just that outside zone 4 is
in my opinion.
playing a role now.
Yeah, it's really becoming kind of where
I gave up on guessing because I'm losing on the bracket again.
Well, I haven't got any of these right this entire bracket. So. You too? Like technically?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Really, this final outside zone is kind of where the battles are being won and lost. So
Adam was a little on the inside there at outer zone 1, though, kind of stuck on the inside. This is good, though. He gets pulled a little bit here, kind of takes some angle out to keep proximity right there on the brakes, and then has a pretty good chase through 4 here. Manoa was way deeper in 4 than Adam was, though.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Manoa's car is pretty slow.
Yeah, it's interesting. Manoa wasn't as smooth as I would like him to be, or honestly expect him to be.
Yeah, where's Dean?
And that does mean
West Coast events only. Yeah. He's doing a lot of supercar stuff this year.
Supercross?
Supercar.
Oh, supercar stuff.
Rich people stuff.
Nice.
Definitely more extreme than Manoa. Watch this outside zone 2.
So close. I mean, proximities are pretty close as well. Transitions look pretty good.
I think Manoa was kind of choppier in the chase.
Section of that, and Manoa kind of fills the
Dude, that's the problem, dude. My feet aren't pretty enough to be able to afford drifting.
Just because so you could have an OnlyFans feet sponsorship or something?
No, just like if I could sell the feet pics, you know, I could probably, you know, run a couple seasons.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
do you just need to find a girl that can?
I smashed my big toe too many times.
And then be her like pimp or something.
Find a chick to fund my race program.
Like,
off
listen,
feet pics.
I'll give you 50%. I'll run the accounts. I'll talk to all the people. You know.
It's you know, an unenviable job and a very difficult job. If you've never
OMT. I can see that. I agree with that.
Sure.
Not mad about it.
I mean, seems like it's par for the course, right? The only one more time we didn't see in the 8.
I really like his BMW with that wing on there. I think it looks good.
Yeah, LTW wings are good. They're kind of like an acquired taste. Some people hate them, some people like them. That one's kind of low mounted though, so it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So stoked, and we were just talking about maybe he was expecting or hoping for a break. It's been a little bit of a challenge for you this year.
I don't know if I would say break, but I would say the car stopped braking. As soon as that happened, I'm able to drive. When you're able to drive, you're able to do laps, and you can figure out where you stack up. This car has been great all through practice and all through competition. So that's a testament to the boys. They're holding it down and keeping the car together so that I can go drive like a dickhead out there. So I'm going to just try to keep doing what I'm doing, and it's going to be a hell of a battle next. So we'll see what happens. I'll try my best.
Absolutely. And he's looking for his first win. The last one was in 23 in Long Beach.
Well, coincidentally, sounded like Alex Bowman there in NASCAR, you know, winning Chicago. I don't know if you saw that. He was talking about, I'm going to wake up drunk on the floor. And that's the kind of attitude, you know, like you said, you know, and Bowman, just look at that. His whole team feeling the pressure. There we go. Round of applause for them. Got to be feeling it. Got to be stoked. And again, yeah, if you haven't seen it, look up Alex Bowman. He loves drifting. I know my boy Pat Gooden. He's watching. He works with Bowman as well.
But
wow, some great battles there. 3 drivers in the final 4. We got James Dean versus Matt Fields, Frederick Osbo against either Adam LZ or Hiro Manoa. So again, I said it. I'll say it again. Don't go anywhere. Only one more battle left.
Dude, we're not going anywhere. We're right here.
You guys gonna eat the rest of this pizza?
No, but I want some water, dude. I'm thirsty.
There's a sink over there.
Is there?
Yep. There's cups over there.
What else am I going to put my water?
But I mean, you can use that.
I can use my water bottle. Thanks. BRB.
All right, we're gonna talk some shit. Okay, guys. So just so you know, Travis is a massive B word, and he doesn't like to do dangerous things. He doesn't like to drive because that's the only reason he has actually a bunch of money and like got a bunch of sponsorships here. But it's like I just don't want to hurt my car. Like he just cares about it too much. No, that's not true. Actually, it's the exact opposite. I personally am extremely jealous. I feel like I get to live vicariously through the driving of Travis. He's a good time. I mean, he's coming back in the room. He's
So I didn't put water in my water bottle because I remember.
Did you fill it up?
No, I didn't, because I remember when you moved into this place and how smelly and disgusting it was around here, and I just like imagine how these old
You just didn't
church
fill it up?
rusty pipes now
I've cleaned every aspect of here.
in the pipes.
I can't get inside of the pipe. But
See what I mean, boys?
this can't be any
I'm a
worse
water
than your
connoisseur.
frickin' refrigerator water.
I don't drink refrigerated water.
Okay, what do you want? Like freaking vase water?
I need 9 pH or higher, sir. I don't need any of that acidic.
Dasani.
Dude, that's acid, dude.
It is.
It's basically acid.
Travis,
Aquafina,
go fill your
Dasani.
freaking thing up.
I'm good, dude.
Are you really that? You're joking, right?
I'm not. I did not fill it.
Okay, so let's talk about this, okay?
What were you saying, dude? Did you say anything inappropriate?
I mean,
You know,
no.
Grandma's watching this live
I
stream
did.
right now.
Well, Grandma knows the truth now.
Oh, all right.
Grandma knows. I told everybody that you lied and that you got a ton of sponsorships and that you just didn't want to spend any of your money and that you just wanted to hang on to it because you didn't want to wreck your car.
I just burned every bridge.
You just
Guys, I got
I'm not
$500,000 this year to go drifting, and then I quit. And I'm in so many legal battles right now, but I am just
screwed,
ignoring every company so I can keep this $500,000 to keep it going. You know what I mean?
What would you do with $500,000? Like, let's talk about that real quick because I wonder what your overall like what your perception of money is, and mine was too when I actually talked to you about it, of how much money you actually get to run a season. Like most
And how $1 million
privateers-
is not a lot of money.
No, like even remotely to run a
It's not.
program.
Yeah, $1 million is not a lot of
For
money.
a team, for flights, like it's absolutely insane how much money you have to source to find all this stuff. And like, I mean, we're gonna do it next year, but
You know how they did, like, you know how F1 has a spending cap now?
no. I
They,
mean,
they implemented F1 has a spending cap, and they penalize you with money if you go over the
So you
spending
spend
cap.
$50K, you got to spend $25K
What do you mean?
in fees for spending $50K more.
No, I think the penalty is way bigger than that. Dude, Ferrari in like 2000, I want to say it was like 22 or something, spent like 450 million euro in a year.
This is so frustrating to me, you telling me this, because like I see the potential of this sport. We all see the potential of this sport.
It just
Why
like
do big companies not want?
They just haven't caught up yet, I think. It's a lot of things, but the sport's still young, and there's obviously big companies in the sport that believe in it, but they're attached to those larger teams. So you play this game of like, we want the lower level teams to be involved in FD because that's what keeps the sport alive, in the sense that it's like, motorsports is like, it's a money thing no matter what, but the barrier to entry is a lot lower in FD than it is any other like professional motorsport. So we have to have these lower level teams to like keep it alive, but also like, does that hurt these large corporations?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When like a guy can only afford to like show up with like a 2,500 pickup and his boys sleep in his 26-foot trailer for the whole weekend, and all they have is a couple of easy ups instead of showing up with a semi and an awning.
I think
does that hurt the sport or does it help the sport?
Well, I think it's in like this weird like it's growing pains, but I think it's also in this weird sort of curvature where right now we're at like a make it or break it kind of moment where like I think drifting really needs like one or two really big companies to come in and give it that extra push.
I mean,
so other people would follow.
I mean, here's the thing though, like the Air Force is in. Like the
How many more big
the United
companies?
States Air Force is in. Toyota is in. Ford is in. AutoZone. O'Reilly's, like Rockstar, Monster.
Okay, then the
Red
amount
Bulls
of money.
and like all these massive companies are involved in FD in the sport and attached to these drivers or franchises or teams or whatever.
But
you wanna
not
call
Wonder
them.
Bread.
For sure, not Wonder Bread. But what I'm saying is like we have all these like huge companies in here. Do we just need more?
I don't know.
Like obviously we need more, but like is it realistic for like Coca-Cola to sponsor my race program?
I wouldn't say it's realistic. Okay, I think it's
like,
realistic
their
for
marketing
them to
budget is-
sponsor Vaughn's program.
For sure.
But that's what I think.
How do I get to Vaughn's though if I'm never making ends meet
Building a
in
brand.
my program? No, I understand that, but like,
What
that
did
takes
Vaughn
a
do,
ton
though?
of time.
Yeah, I get it. But what did Vaughn do? What did Vaughn do?
Yeah,
what
same
has
thing.
Odie done? They've all owned companies more or less and built brands around themselves and those companies to allow for these teams to be had. Chris, same thing, right? I mean, Forsberg is different, I think, in a sense where he's just been in the game so long. He has these massive partnerships of people that stuck with him, like Nos, his Nissan partnership at this point now too, right?
Yeah, he has some ties with Nissan, and Nos has been with him for a long time.
I think it's going to take multiple RTR teams to be able to scale it, because that is what's going to bring like more exposure. Like NASCAR.
sure.
Each car or team has its own Budweiser per
Yeah,
se.
but you know how much money Vaughn's team is to operate for just an FD season?
I'm sure it's less than a NASCAR team.
For sure, but it's still in the millions.
Right.
To run 8 rounds of FD with 2 drivers and
Do you think it
occasionally
needs
a
more
third.
rounds?
No,
More
I don't
sponsorship
think it needs. I
opportunities?
don't think it needs more rounds, because a lot of these partnerships are based off of like marketing activations and stuff that they do outside of FD too. So like you still need time to activate and do stuff outside of these events. But let's dive more into it after this battle.
More time of Adam LZ and Hero Manoa, who is going against Frederick Osbo as we talk about him, that Rockstar energy drink pilot. Here is Adam LZ, Drift HQ BMW, once again going against that 14-year-old Hero Manoa. Big initiation, great angle there. Dragon bumper on that first outside zone. Snappy transition by Adam LZ. There it is again, Manoa diving in. Needs to mimic that angle, has the proximity, but let's see the transition now in the outside zone, and smooth. You can see that from Adam LZ. Big angle there from him.
Adam's lead run was gangster, dude.
That was
good.
awesome.
Manoa's car's lacking speed, I think.
And it says it in his heart, keeping it breezy there on that last outside zone.
Yeah, big mix-up in the way that Adam is transitioning.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nathan. FD is kind of where D1 was 15, 20 years ago. Right now, just needs to not fall off. I think they're definitely in a just keep going phase. But I also think FD doesn't do much media or marketing aside from the seasons or the actual events, right? There's no like there needs to be more done to grow the sport and keep people enticed in the off-season realm.
Yeah, I do feel like that's somewhere where FD's media
lacks.
needs to fix, is just like doing like, why doesn't FD do like a day in the life series of all these drivers? Just pick a day and like send a camera dude out and just like hang out with every single driver for that's 32 videos there, 38 videos. So like, and everyone comes from such a wildly different background.
Yeah,
they'd be sick. Like FD came, if they did a day in the life with me, we wouldn't even do anything drifting related. We'd jump in the Jeep, we'd go to the woods, we'd shoot some guns, we'd go get in the Can-Am, we'd go to Logan's, we'd go like roll a truck, and we'd drive, like we'd go to the the dunes, or like we'd just do something different,
Right.
And everyone, I don't know, it'd be cool.
Adam LZ gets up on the wall.
Damn, dude.
180, looking like a BMX trick. Let's make sure he's okay. And that's going to hurt in more ways than one. It did look like Hero, like you said, might have had an issue. He initiated and then it kind of stopped. So thumbs up from Adam, making sure he's okay. It did look like
he just went for a wild ride, bro.
He got in the wall, but look, oh boy,
man, that's a lot.
Damn, dude.
That's a
ton.
That's a lot of damage.
Adam LZ with a huge hit to the wall.
We just about witnessed another Dean, dude.
And spun around. I'm only
Dude, that poor car.
because he is okay.
Yeah, that's. I mean, once again, just happy he's okay. So, big round of applause for Adam and our safety crew getting there very quickly. Everything seems to be okay. I'm sure.
Yeah, there's your front radiator.
But we talk about it. You have to understand why.
Yeah, there we go. Adam, double thumbs up. Still got a smile on his face. Sorry to cut you off, but just celebrate him. Risk it for the biscuit. Wreckers or checkers. And Adam LZ, I mean, shoot. Just today, outside zone 2, Hero continued. He's back to the line.
Yeah, the team just, I mean, they're tired. They've been through a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, that happened in 32 earlier. We thought he was out again. Hobson, they got the car back together, but that front right, here we go. So watch this.
So Manoa initiates, and Adams
jumped up
right on him. But I mean, Manoa was initiating at like 2, but Adam was just so aggressive. Man, I'm super curious today. I was just going to say, show me another angle of this, but wow, Manoa out, initiates. He's able to decel. Adam just gets in there real tight.
Did Manoa ever pick the throttle up, or did Adam get into him before the zone started?
Scary, bro. That was scary to watch.
It did look like, I digress. Manoa was initiating, so watch the 3-2-1 cones. They haven't come into play at all really much. He was going for it, and Adam
Yeah, he hit him before the zone started.
on that back left and just spun him up and then down and then went up on the wall. So looking more X Games than it was FD.
It looks like, I mean, Shock Tower looks like it's pushed in from here. There is an immense amount of damage. That is a very crooked car.
Yeah, dude. Looks like a freaking sea.
The upside of a flow of event would be that.
Damn, yeah, that thing's smoked.
Right.
So you know, just it's very unfortunate. Watch this.
Yeah, just catches this rear wheel.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Holy cow! Like I said, he knows how to ride a BMX.
Yeah, the tower, dude, the right front shock tower smoked.
Drift car.
I mean,
Gymkhana.
Yeah, it was a double peg and switched out of it. So.
Wow. Glad he's okay. Again, the Drift HQ, Tire Streets. You can see LZ Manufacturing, breezy on the roof, and double thumbs up. So, wow. Well, we cleaned it up here on aisle 1. As let's see if we got. Looks like we got a result coming in, because this is the second run of this battle. This was the one more time, but we saw LZ lead, and then now Manoa leading, and there's Adam down there. Such a bummer. Such a bummer for him. You know, and again, we talked about how critical this is for a run of the championship. So glad he's okay. And here comes the verdict. Slide him left for Adam, and you got to assume that they're going to go right. Didn't look like Manoa threw off Adam at all, and there it is. Hero Manoa, 14 years old, is going against Frederick Osbo. So James the Machine Dean, Matt Field, Frederick Osbo, and Hero Manoa. Brian Eggert or Vernon throwing down to you. Didn't seem that Manoa did anything to throw off Adam LZ. Is that what you guys saw?
Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head. You just said it, actually. So before he could make the initiation complete, he was already hit in the back, and that was causing the incomplete.
All right, so there it is.
If Matt Field loses to Dean, then Manoa's on the box.
Super's looking clean, looking tight.
Scary.
He'll be going against Manoa. Look at this. Here it is once again. Yeah, he goes towards the wall.
Boom, dude. There's your shock tower.
Do you need me to go get you some water from the steamed thing up there?
The what?
Like boiling water. It's been cooked and.
Dude, I don't. No, I don't. It's fine.
Taken quite a few hits.
I don't mind.
No, I'm good, dude. I'm good.
I'm only saying that because I gotta go get more.
You have to go get more water?
Mm-hmm. Right, while we work on this car, let's learn about Kevin Wells, race director. And,
Perfect.
Again,
Let's chat about something. What were we just talking about? So we were talking about FD and finance and money and marketing. So social media marketing, FD needs to do more in the off season. Are you gonna sneeze?
Dude, dude, why'd you even say anything? Dude, you burned me.
I didn't mean to. I can make myself sneeze on command. So
Next
I'm
time,
good.
don't do that, dude. If I'm awkwardly staring up to the sky like this, looking like an R word,
I'm just supposed to know.
Let it be.
That you're sneezing and not stretching your back or something.
Yeah, just don't even say anything. Just ignore it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Without sneezing your mic.
That one's not mine, actually. This one's mine. I use this one. Everybody else
I'll
uses
swap
that
them
one.
out when you're not looking.
Okay.
Anyways.
That sounds good. Anyway, yeah, money-wise.
Motorsports is expensive, and we need more money in it.
But off season, you think the FD should invest in stuff like that? Why do you think they don't? Do you think it's a lack of money?
I don't know. I mean, the drivers are definitely scattered all over the place, but like, it wouldn't be that much money out of their pocket to do like a day in the life thing, or even just meet with these drivers. Like some of the drivers are East Coast based, so they can build it around certain drivers on the East Coast, and then some of them are West Coast based. They can build them around California, Oregon, Washington guys, Utah, whatever, and then like the Florida guys and Texas guys, like all that. Like you can build it around and make it cost effective, just like how we cross the country. But I don't know. I think that extracurricular content is very important. I think a lot of I know all the drivers personally, so it like, I guess I'm like jaded to it because a lot of the public doesn't know how a lot of these dudes are in real life, and that's a shame because all these dudes are like so dope to hang out with and like good people. And I think if the fans saw that, it would be just really good. There'd be good feedback and it'd be good content and be good for the sport in general and for all of these drivers' brands.
I've always just wondered also like why, like what is in the budget for FD? Because I know if we talk about just business, right? My personal experience in business is even at scale, when you're at this scale, the profit margins aren't huge. Like they're still crap. And I wonder sometimes how much are these dudes actually making versus how much of a loss are they taking, or are they taking a loss or any?
I don't think
you know
FD's taking a loss, but I don't think they're making as much money as people think they are. Like these events are really expensive to put on. Granted, they are making money and they have employees and they have insurances and they have a home base and like they have a lot of little things that they do. They cost a lot of money, but like, I mean, FD's definitely not like FIA. Like they're not making like F1 money off of this stuff. Also, like they take money hits, believe it or not. Everyone complains about FD drivers not making a bunch of money to win an event. And because like for the longest time, prize money, it was $5,000 to win an FD event, which is like nothing. Some of these guys are paying $5,000 for tires for an event, you know?
Yeah.
To go out in the 32. But like FD hasn't raised entry fees on us, and they keep all the travel super cost effective for us and make sure that we're not crossing the country pointlessly in our rigs.
Well, I'm not going to say that in a bad way, bad connotation as to like they're holding money back or just taking. I don't think that at all. What I think is like,
I mean, in the end, it is a business. Well, like they have to stay afloat and they have to pay their employees.
Yeah, but like bottom line, what I mean is like, there's probably a lot less money than we all think. Everything's probably way more expensive than we think. There's probably
absolutely
tons of shit behind the scenes that make things work. You know, just the cost to run this free production to FD on YouTube is got to be crazy money, bro.
Yeah, people don't give FD enough credit. Like it is a lot of money for companies to come in and like be a partner with FD. And I have heard some numbers, like they do ask for a lot, but they are the premier, like biggest drift series in the world. And so, you know, they have some value there, obviously. But like, on the other hand, like this last year, they doubled the prize money for everybody.
Yeah.
And then doubled the season winnings. It's $10,000 per event to win now. And it's $60,000 for the championship.
That's a lot of money, bro.
Granted, last year, if I won every single event, and you guys can do the math. If I won every single event, won the championship, got all that money, I still spent more.
Yeah.
So do with that what you wish. But
well, you spent more than your winnings. You still, I mean,
what
you
I'm
would
saying
have
is
made
like,
money if you won all of that.
Of course, but like it's still like if someone's like a privateer out of pocket and just doing that stuff.
Right.
Oh, what's up, Jacob and Jared? Hi guys. Live stream Inception. We're both here hanging out.
So does this mean like it's officially?
They've caught me, dude. I'm pirating their broadcast.
Yeah, is it official? Like we're not pirating anymore. Like it's officially.
I mean, it is a free live stream.
What do you call that when it's not brand or when you're like stealing somebody's stuff?
Oh, they send me a cease and desist.
No,
You guys
I
are
don't
just
think that.
This is a React channel. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
we're,
this is a reaction
we're reacting
channel.
to their reactions to drifting. We're reacting to their reactions to us reacting to drifting.
Yeah, I would agree though. I don't know. Actually, the caught comment of not a lot of people would tune in and pay. They said they're on to us now.
Oh shit!
Jared liked our post earlier, so he knew. So we're not taking that. That's not fair.
No, they know. They
Answer
know.
your door.
We're on to you. Yeah, come on in, dude.
I think people would pay personally.
I don't think so.
You don't think people would pay?
I don't think it would. I don't think if they made the FD live stream pay per view, I don't think it would be as lucrative as you think. I think it's way better for the business model to keep it
So
like
you
this.
agreed, but I think I personally, okay, maybe that's just me speaking out of my own self, but I would pay. Do you think it's because I'm a diehard?
Yeah. There's a lot of haters in the live stream of FD that literally come to every live stream for pro and just talk shit. And like, do you think those guys would pay? No, they're just going to show up every event, watch the live stream. They're going to complain about something, help the statistics and help like the algorithm.
Okay.
And then they're going to leave. But like, they're not going to pay to watch something they just want to go and complain about.
What do you mean? People still complain about boxing matches all the time. People still complain about MMA
but
matches.
Still, like, think about it. Like, if you did a pay-per-view live stream, FD would have to post it later.
What do you mean later?
Think of all the content they would lose out on if they didn't have the live stream public. They would just be posting clips, and they would have way less. They would have way less marketing material, and they'd have to post it afterwards, and everyone would just wait, or one person would buy it, and then 20 people would come over and watch it.
I disagree completely, wholeheartedly, because the model has been proven to work elsewhere.
Because we've talked about this in drivers' meetings before, about pay-per-view.
I personally think that when it comes to a scaling, like when it comes to growth and trying to do things that you need to scale the business, I think that there's going to be a dip. There's going to be backlash no matter what change you make, right? But eventually, people are going to go, okay, you think, personal opinion, all three of us in this room and everybody in this chat right now is probably a diehard drift fan. They want to watch Formula Drift, right?
For sure.
So personally, if I'm not at an event, I want to watch the event when it's happening. Like I don't care if it's free or not. That's my personal opinion. I mean, I'm sure there's people that would disagree, but I think that it would be beneficial to the sport in a sense that what could they do with that money? And whether it may not be as lucrative as you or as I think, right? Maybe it's less viewership, but that's not going to be forever. If they can prove and they can come out on top that the show is worth it, that there is action, that it's better, and that we're not seeing the same, I think the show has some growth to do still in that sense when it comes to, interacting with drivers during the race. So like with Lorette, like there needs to be 3 more Lorettes that need to be touching base with drivers the second that those dudes get out of their car. Sort of like they did actually with the FD event with Cerise, when she was outside of the car talking to them as
you mean Adam's event?
Adam's events, yeah.
Yeah.
When they lined up, we need that head-to-head snappy action. I'd pay for a pay-per-view. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think they'd have to change. I'm not saying that, like, the FD live stream is amazing for a free live stream. But if it was a paid thing, I think people would expect more from it.
Agreed.
And complain more.
Agreed.
So it would cost FD more money.
This is one of those you got to take a risk to get the biscuit type thing, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. We've talked about it a million times, but like, if they end up doing it, I mean, obviously, there's only one way to find out. But
my wife says the guy who pirates every UFC.
Oh God. Yeah. Austin's over here talking about pay-per-view, preaching it.
Okay. Yeah. But my point is, on the retrospective things, regardless of whether or not I have the money to do so, I would pay for it.
Jared just texted me, said hi.
Uh-oh.
Well, he said some other things. I just can't repeat them.
Are we in trouble?
No, we're good.
Yeah, that is torn apart. I mean, look at that. Strut tower's there. Shocks over here. Dude, he's got.
What do you mean you can't say it? Can you send me a snapshot of what he said? This isn't fair.
No, you're fine.
All joking aside, that sucks, man. That was a hard blow. That's a big hit. But But I like what he said. He says, you know, the Ricardo's held him tight.
What are they doing, dude? Why are they even doing that? Just throw it on the trailer and freaking cut it in half or something. I don't know. What do you do with that thing at that point? All right, I'm gonna go get a water refill.
Oh, do you want to do mine? If I don't bring it out of the sink myself, you know what I mean? Maybe I just like won't notice it. Is there ice up there? Dude, thanks, Dad. Now he's leaving, we can talk shit.
Matt Field would love to get a victory, and I'll tell you what, again, Frederick is cheering for Matt Field.
Yeah, it's.
So this is the deal. Austin got so much money to do his podcast. Dude, put that thing away. Put that thing away.
We're kind of glancing over that, but a lot of fluids on the track that came from the BMW.
All the ice, please.
Down there. Also replaced a segment of the wall because our team sent us a photo up here. We saw it took a chunk out of the concrete wall.
Yeah. So team's got almost everything back together at this point. They're just kind of running through, making sure that.
Dude, that car is destroyed. Did they say did Adam say on live stream that that's his last FD event for the year?
Oh, yeah,
I saw someone said that in the chat.
Guess what?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think that car's pretty smoked, but
Well, the good news
E36s are soft. I'm sure they could bend it back.
Done to Hero's car when the tires touched. Hero, what did you feel in the car? Did the steering wheel jam in your hands at all?
Not just steering is a little bit damp, so it's okay. Tires is okay. Yeah.
Okay. And how are you adjusting to the St. Louis track?
I'm so I love this track because there are so many walls, and this track is very, very exciting for me. Yeah. So I cannot wait to drive with Frederick Osbo in top 4. Yeah.
And what are your expectations going against Frederick?
I'm so honored to driving with Frederick Osbo because he's a very, very great driver and he has a 3 times champion. So of course I will do my best at chase run, lead run. So please support us.
And with your driving, what's giving you confidence going against Frederick?
Frederick run is very, very consistent every time. So I watched every round last year and 2022. His run is a little bit near my driving. So I think will be fun to this battle. Yeah.
Hero, thank you so much for the insight. Really appreciate it. Best of luck. Jared?
Awesome. Thank you. Some great insight there from Hero Manoa, giving respect where respect is due, going against 3-time champ Frederick Osbo. And we are going to advance on to our first battle of our Type S Final Four. Vibe Tribe, how we doing out there, St. Louis? That's you. Yeah, what's up, man? See your wig flowing outside of that black hat right there, and a man with a Gas Monkey Garage shirt. How we doing out there? What other fans we got? Who are we seeing? I'm seeing a lot of Formula Drift shirts, a lot of Formula Drift hats. A man up top there with a Matt Field shirt. Guess what? He's still in competition, throwing up the horns. Oh, there we go. Can't read the shirt. Looks like ducks. Looks like ducks on a shirt. Big purple. Got the big purple. All right. I'm going to crank in some Miller Ice. The goose is loose. There you go. Don't know who Goose is, but he's loose. There we are. Right on. Aggressive clapping. That guy claps real hard. And here we are, our first battle of our Type
Dude,
S
this event
Final Four.
is going way faster than I had anticipated. Because in previous years, it was like crash, 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 one more time, crash, one more time, figure out who won, sit there, deliberate, run it again.
Maybe it's a testament to FD's ability to push through an event.
I mean, or the drivers aren't.
The duck, dude. It's still around.
Yeah, dude, it's still alive.
We got ducks, we got bears.
Wow, I'm surprised those stands aren't more full, dude. It's still
Bro,
like a lot.
Do you realize
though.
how big? Well, St. Louis does like not very. It doesn't have a lot of attendance. Like it's not a very big event attendance-wise, but also they have massive grandstands. It's a NASCAR track.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it makes the people that show up look like there's not a lot of people there.
Right. No, I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be so nice. I remember when Evergreen was like that.
Keep them going. And there we go, going into the...
I know, Alex. Everyone tells me I got to do merch. I'm definitely blowing it.
This is
Everyone tells Austin tells me regularly. Maybe I'll just do a limited run. I'll see how it goes. I'll do it this year.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know, dude. Give me some feedback.
I know. I'd go call Dallas and, dude, you could even be like, I bet you could even call.
I really just want hats.
Call him tomorrow and say, hey, bro, can we run like, would you be willing to do a partnership and run me 100 hats and I will pay you after they sell?
Yeah, I just can't, like, that's my biggest thing with merch is like the biggest thing with merch is like
Devin says she's been asking for a shirt since 2017.
I've had stuff at the track. She hasn't grabbed any.
I don't have any either.
Now I feel like an asshole. I have a stash.
Like
I have stuff at the shop. I just haven't even listed it.
Oh,
but it's like a bunch of stuff, and it's been sitting for so long. I feel like I've like wasted the investment. But
yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that.
I will.
TR hats would be rad, dude.
Yeah, my logo's pretty dope for a hat too.
It is. Yeah, I agree.
All right, fine, I'll do it. I'm twisting my arm, guys.
Dude, Matt, beautiful in the chase. Whoa.
Slingshot away from Matt Field. Chucks a deuce and now throws some flames in his face. Oh, man.
Oh,
again,
did he
dude.
get the freaking wheel, dude?
Again. I know t-shirts and hoodies sell best, but like I want hats. So, you know, like snakes and sparklers. You know, like those are the fireworks that I like. No, I need to do a little bit of everything. I get that. I've always wanted to do hats for a long time, so I think I'm going to do some hats, like a short run.
Merch is also super expensive, dudes. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever like worked with companies to do merch. Typically, when I do a merch run for my coffee shops, I'll spend anywhere like a good merch run. You know, something like 200 to 300 pieces of equipment or of stuff can cost anywhere from 10 to 14 grand, depending on, you know, the style that you're doing. But that's a lot of money to drop at once, and then you also end up sitting on some merch. Like some of the stuff can take years to get rid of, and that's a large investment for somebody. You know,
the biggest thing is you have to buy a large quantity to get the deal to make the profit margin on the merch. But if you buy a bunch and it doesn't sell, then you're burned anyway. So you're better off buying a short quantity and making less money just to make sure that you move it and you're not sitting on hats from 3 years ago.
Well, you pretty much just have to assume you're just not going to make money off merch. Like, in my personal opinion, you don't use like unless
for
you're
sure.
LZ,
But I'm also in the business of making money, and I need to make some money.
No,
for my
I get
efforts,
it. You
know
can
what I
make
mean?
you can make $100, but you're not going to make a massive amount of money.
No, for sure. I'm not trying to get rich off merch, but what I'm saying is like, if like the chat is saying, like they want to buy gear to support the drivers that they like, and
what about doing like a pre-release, like a pre-order,
like a prepay thing? I could. I don't know. I would hate if like I didn't make enough to make it make sense and have to just refund everybody.
What do you mean? You would make enough either way. Just pay out, you know.
We'll figure it out. Boys.
I think you should do a pre-sale. You know whose merch is freaking sick? Speaking of the devil, is Jared's. Deanda's.
His stickers and stuff.
His hats and his shirts. The Neanderthal stuff he just came out was dope.
Yeah.
So here we go, Matt Field. That Borla Corvette goes into that second outside zone. Goes in again. It's a must-win for Matt Field to get on the box. So he needs to force an error here for James Dean, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And there it is. So again, unofficially, it looked like James Dean didn't do anything to kind of caused that disruption to himself. It looked like Matt was just too aggressive, and as we said,
So we got Dean and Bachchis in the final, huh?
Dude, Manoa's on the box. Matt just lost. Right?
Look at it again.
Yeah, so Matfield does everything
Crazy.
he needs to do in the lead here, given the situation that happened on the previous run. Initiation looks good, using a little bit of left foot brake just to hold the car in the zone. Not necessarily to slow it down. Second outside zone, everything looks good. Could've been a little bit
Just make me a shirt, bro. You should just send that guy a shirt. He said he paid $40 for one.
Well, James Dean in the chase, giving a bit of car width through the majority of it, but filling all the zones right behind Matfield, doing what he needs to do. I mean, driving like a 3-time and possibly soon to be 4-time world champion.
Right.
Like this is
serious.
calculated. Yeah, this is very serious.
Dude, if he wins this event, is that 3 in a row or 4 in a row?
James has podiumed like 12 events in a row.
Wow.
This year. Like he's on a run. Like he's been on the box 11 or 12 times or something like that. It's a
But hasn't
crazy
he won the
statistic.
last 3 events?
In FD?
Yeah.
No.
Who won last event?
He did.
Well, okay, so he won Long Beach.
I can't remember that far, dude.
I think Dean has won. Like, I was just watching a video that Vaughn was talking about. That he won.
No,
he was on a
he's won
tear.
No, yeah, because he won like. He won.
Somebody help me out in the chat. Okay, how many freaking events has
Well,
Dean
he's been
won
driving
this
much
year?
international stuff too, and he's been podium. He's been on the box like.
Yeah, I got
every
you.
single event.
I know what you're talking about. Not every event. From Irwindale, he's been on the box at FD for sure. 2 wins, 1 second. Okay. Crazy.
There is so much on the line, but here on Manoa, I mean, although he was cool, calm, and collected in that interview with Lorette earlier, for him, this is massive. This is, he is holding the reputation of Japanese drifting on his shoulders at a very young age right now. He is coming in to prove a point. He's also holding the reputation of sim drifters everywhere to prove you can go from the sim. You can do this at home on a computer.
Right.
Anybody could be here one day. And that's what we're seeing, and that's so incredible. And I mean, also, this is just glazing over how incredible his driving's been in Formula Drift Japan.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't even touched on that part.
No.
He's just been incredible there, too.
Yeah, again, FD Japan operates within the FD rules, but just kind of a different spirit of driving, different tracks.
Yep.
So here we are. Frederick Osbo, Manoa on the other side of our Type S Final Four. Send it! Here we go. Frederick Osbo, Manoa. Now going into that first outside zone goes Freddie in that Toyota Rockstar Energy Drink GR Supra. Now into that second outside zone, almost exceeds that line. And now Manoa looks like he's mimicking the angle. Well done by Manoa, and that's what he needs to do. So hopefully the Yank camp said, hey, get in there, but also mimic the angle.
Don't touch that tire.
And he looks like he gets aggressive.
Wow.
Like I said, respect, kind of bows down, but then goes for it.
Yeah.
Takes a swing at him.
Yeah, lots of respect, but a big right hook from Hiro Manoa there in the chase. Frederick Osbo, though, out front. I mean, he's got the composure right now. He's not letting the pressure get to him. Look at how wide out he gets, and he gets the initiation super early. Feels all of outside zone 1, while Hiro Manoa taking a slightly shallower line to make sure that Frederick Osbo doesn't run away from him. Osbo second outside zone looks absolutely perfect. Manoa worming away, just trying to gain every single inch that he can in the chase there. Now through the fourth outside zone, Frederick Osbo pushes through that zone, and Hiro Manoa.
Dude, Manoa looked good in the chase right there.
Mm-hmm.
He really,
yeah, it was good for sure.
He really changed a lot of the matching the angle thing, and like it seemed like coming out of this, like he really matched his angle a little bit better right here.
His outer zone 3 was real good.
Yeah. And 4, dude. 4 was good too.
So smart about it.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not big, they're not wild. Oh man, it's so great.
All right, here we go. So Manoa out front, and with them not going against each other, this is first season, FD rookie, talking about Hiro Manoa, and he's going against a 3-time champion, Frederick Osbo. Now transitioning into that first outside zone, big angle from Manoa. Freddie on the inside.
What's up with
not
that?
digging deep in that first
I think
zone.
Manoa's car is just like really slow. Everyone's getting caught up on the inside behind him.
Yeah.
He'd love to go to the finals against another 3-time champion of James Dean. Hiro Manoa, look at that. Now Freddie says, all right, young buck, I'm going to get up in
I think it's going to go one more time.
Frederick Osbo, Hiro Manoa, what a battle.
I don't think they'll give that to me. I mean, personally, my opinion is Manoa's going to take that. But I actually think that, I don't know. I think that they'll go one more time. That's my vote.
So Manoa right now on initiation looks good, and Frederick Osbo gets to the inside of him, completely missing that first outside zone, transitioning into our second. Manoa goes nice and deep.
Boy.
Frederick Osbo a little bit hesitant.
Also, if you notice, like Manoa is like on the brake pedal in every zone, and everyone's been kind of like choked up behind him.
Osbo transitioning nice and quick as they push through four, and Freddie just trying to
Like his outers, like Manoa's outer zone 1, his brake light was lit the whole time while Osbo was on the inside. I understand they have the diesel lights to kind of like, you know, but the fact of the matter is he is on the brakes.
Yeah.
To hold the car in some position.
Well, you can even see the way his car
gets stuck to the wall on the brake pedal. Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Manoa's got more proximity, but look at the mirroring of Manoa through 3. And then
Dude, he just did a really good job in the chase. Like, it's hard to defute that.
both cars taking a slightly different approach as to how they want to tandem. I mean, Manoa more nose heavy.
I mean, I could see it going. I could see it going to Manoa, but like the, I don't know, dude. The brake pedal thing kills me.
Oh my gosh. Wow, bro. Oh.
He beats a 3-time champion of Frederick Osbo, and now is going against our current points leader and another 3-time champion, Hiro Manoa. He came to Long Beach. He wins the seeding bracket, his percentage of victories, and now here he is, 14 years old. He's in.
It's because he's going so slow.
Yeah, it's because Osbo's car's hooked up and Manoa's car's not. That's like in the lead, like Manoa's on the brakes in the zones. Like I'm not trying to like he drove really good. He chased well, but
It was
like
a crazy good chase.
I just noticed every single person trying to chase him, like he's every battle he's won, it's been the chase driver stuck on the inside.
Hiro Manoa, big Hero 14.
Yeah, this is we're watching history right now.
I think it's just a J style thing though, because like Taguchi drives on the brakes also.
Mm-hmm.
World champion, one of the most dominant drivers that has ever driven in Formula Drift or anywhere in the world.
Is there going to be a champagne on the box?
That is similar to the way that Freddie has taken so many drivers.
Get some
I mean,
apple cider.
there's
Beth.
nothing illegal for him to open the bottle. You just can't drink it, I guess.
Again, his English is better than my Japanese, so I commend him. It's just, you can feel the energy. Here he is. He's looking at tail tape. Lorette, I know you got some questions, but also he's got to focus now, too. But he's got to be stoked, Lorette.
Yeah, absolutely. And what he's doing, he has the phone in his lap, and he's doing his research. Hiro, what did you learn by watching that run against Frederick Osbo?
The Frederick Osbo's lead run is super great, so I can do the great chase run. So I'm so excited in that battle, and I cannot believe these things because I'm in final and battle with James Dean. I cannot wait.
And going against another champion in James Dean, I know you want to prove yourself so bad and stand on that #1 spot on the podium. How do you do that?
James Dean is also a great driver, so I cannot wait to battle with him, and I want to win for James Dean.
Thanks, Hiro.
And dude, in all like
amazing again.
his
crazy,
English is
though.
getting way better though, like quickly.
Yeah.
Like when I met him at Irwindale a couple years ago, there was like no English at all. So like the fact that he can put together like good sentences, like it's like in that short amount of time, like he's doing really good.
Yeah.
Also, imagine how awkward, like if I went and like drove FD Japan, and, like won a battle, and they're like, and I'm like, yeah, good car. We went, yeah, brother, America,
Yeah, brother,
like,
America.
and they just be sitting there like, oh, this idiot, like get out of here. Like it's like it would be so nerve wracking to try to talk to an entire other population in a language that you
dude, I
know
couldn't
you're
imagine.
not, that you know you're not good at.
Yeah.
So you just have to like swallow the pride and be like, yeah, I'm gonna embarrass myself trying to speak and like try not to offend these people.
What do you? They would have to like. I know there's no way I would ever be able to understand any Japanese.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like not even remotely.
But Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, boys.
I don't know. Boys, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't even know.
Okay, we're done. What do you think of that?
I'm going to drink this water.
What's your honest opinion? Do you think Manoa... Do you think Manoa's... Oh, fuck, I don't even know how to ask this question without sounding like a jerk.
Do you think they're gassing him up because he's 14?
Yeah.
I mean, he drives really well. He definitely wheels well. And I think he has some habits that are that haven't been phased out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe some bad habits in how he drives, because in Japan, I think it's just different. But he's learning super quick and adapting to US driving, because our driving style is definitely way different.
Shanahan for sure.
But also if you think that it's FD's job to capitalize on the fact that they have all these unique and different drivers in the series.
Sure.
And the fact that they, have James, and they have the Connor thing, and they have Manoa, and they have all that, they're going to capitalize on it and talk about it and use it for marketing. And it's just the smart thing to do. I'm not saying Manoa's winning any battles just because he's a 14-year-old kid. I'm just saying they're definitely going to use the content to their advantage to show the diversity of their sport, which is cool. That's fine.
I think it's freaking amazing, by the way, that a 14-year-old is even
for
in
sure
the series. I think it's insane.
Yep.
Maybe gassed him up isn't the right word. I don't know. It just looks weird. I don't know how to describe it.
But also, imagine how good the kid's going to be if he keeps driving and he's 30.
Well, I mean, he is the prodigy of the most...
Well, yeah, if you know who his parents are,
Yeah.
So, totally understand that side of it.
Dude, you remember playing Gran Turismo when you used to drive his dad's car?
Yeah.
What was it? It was a red... was it a Chaser?
I can't remember exactly. I can't remember the details, but I know, I don't know, obviously, his dad being, who he is in Japan.
You know what you guys need to do right now? You guys need to go to my story on the Failure Podcast page, and you need to go look at the story that I posted of me talking about capturing a shark. Because this was 2013 in FD. Travis was sleeping in a tent.
Oh, my God.
Go right now to the story. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, go check it out, boys.
And
it's a good one. I didn't repost it for a reason.
Because Travis is...
You guys are welcome.
What? How are you ashamed of that? I think that, if anything, I'm embarrassing myself.
No, I'm just I hate getting woken up from a dead sleep, especially
when
this
all
way.
Okay.
When was it? This was 2013? Is that when it was?
Yeah, this was 2013. It was FD 2013.
Yeah.
So this wasn't also the first time. That night, people were, up super late. It was a rough night, but you were still asleep. And Tyler and I were sitting outside of there, and we just wanted to wake you up. And so I woke you up with a creepy way. But anyway, go check it out. It's absolutely hilarious. There's also other content of us. We made it on Hoonigan once, doing garage burnouts.
Yeah, I'd rather that never come out either.
Garage burnouts? There's nothing bad in that.
Oh, the garage burnout one?
I'm not talking about...
I guess that one too.
I'm not talking about the North-South... we won't say the word.
It's Failure. The Failure Podcast is Austin's IG.
This.
The Failure Podcast. That's where you'll see it.
It's on my story, and Travis doesn't want to repost it because he's afraid of his past.
My past.
his past of me doing
I'm terrified
things.
of my past. I don't want you guys to find out.
Yeah, let me know what you guys think of that video. You punched me in the back 7 times.
I did. I was so mad. I wanted to go to sleep. We were up till 2 a.m. or something, 3 a.m.
Good times, bro. Good times. That was funny.
In a tent. In a campground.
I know. We slept on rocks, too. The campground does
it was
not
terrible.
cater to Dude, this would be epic if Hero wins, though.
Yeah, it would be pretty wild, dude.
Super epic. Dude, I'm over here just putting hot sauce on the freaking pepperonis over here.
The kid versus the machine. Here we go. Who's coming out on top?
Poor Travis.
What?
It says poor Travis.
You saw the video. It's okay, dude. We were young.
He's also paid me back many times, I'm sure, for other things. So
2013, dude. That was like before we even owned drift cars, right?
No,
2013.
we
No,
owned drift cars.
I had my S13 for like a year at that point.
Go, Hero, go, Hero.
A little bit off of that first inside zone. Now transitioning into outside zone 2. Again, proximity, but James Dean, he sticks it to the wall, goes to outside zone 3. Manoa backing off, and then let's see the transition into the final outside zone. James puts it right on the line. Manoa dives in. Maybe a little bit of contact there as they cross the finish line.
Not bad, dude.
Yeah, peep how much facial hair in that video I didn't have.
Dude, me too. I look like a baby.
The crazy thing, if I shave my face now, like
you look the same.
I look exactly the same as 2013. So 11 years ago.
Travis and I have never thrown hands, bro. We've had so many opportunities to actually like legitimately box too. Remember when our neighbors used to box, like actual fist fight?
He meant I started throwing hands as in I started punching you when you came in the tank.
Yeah, but like that's like they were like baby hands. You were like slapping me in the back.
Baby hands.
Tame a wild one, boys.
That's what, Manoa, as you said, at a young age, has that patience.
James bounces off outer zone 2 wall.
The battle. We wouldn't even talk to the judges. We saw it. It was clearly obvious that Freddie was shallow on that one thing, and that's what really sealed his fate. And Manoa, his posture. So, oh boy, we got trouble here. We got trouble over on the far side of the track. Safety is out for James Dean. Are we all right? Are we good?
He passed out of the excitement of going against Hero.
James the Machine Dean looks like he will be crawling his way back to the pit.
Guys, could you imagine if we vlogged all of this?
Vlogged what? Oh, like back in the day? I'm glad we didn't.
There would be so much gold in there. It's unreal.
We talked about his patience, his stature. I mean, even talking to Lorette.
Alex, what would be great content for the YouTube channel? Like this live stream stuff, or
no? He's talking about me dry humping you. Oh my god! And waking you up. For sure.
Yeah, wonderful content. We love it.
What's super interesting is, a lot of drivers, they get a win. You would beat a Frederick.
No, we just got to get a hold of Austin's old Instagram.
Dude, the one of you.
Which one is it?
The one of you in the window.
which page is that? Is that Dev's?
No. I don't have it anymore. It's literally gone. I deleted all the stuff.
What?
I had to because I was using it as my pizza page.
And you deleted the pizza page?
No, it's still there, but there's no old content on there.
I thought it was still there.
Pied Piper Pizza.
It's not there?
Hold on. Let's go see it. Let's see if we can find it.
Can you check the archives?
No, settings? I don't even have the access to the account anymore. I'll have to search it up, but I'll search it real quick. Okay, so Pied Piper Pizza. God, I'm such a douche.
Yeah, dude, imagine if I vlogged when, like... You remember when Dylan lived with me? Dylan Hughes lived with me for a while when we worked at Nameless and we all welded. And me and Dylan did so much stupid shit.
We remember the time we all went to Harbor Freight and we were taking videos?
Yeah, and you lost the foot race back to the truck, so you got punched in the balls.
So the rule was...
Do you have that video? I have that video.
Find the video,
I have
bro.
it. I have that video.
Stuff that we need to share.
Or when I'm airing Dylan out, it snowed one time. Dylan's demo E36 he has now, he bought it. It was like a daily at the time when he was living with me. And it started snowing. We went street drifting, and Dylan mopped a curb so hard and like blew the whole right front wheel apart on his E36. Before like BMWs were cool to have, like none of us had them.
Bro,
destroyed the car.
Absolutely, boom. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Also drove that same E36 through Chelsea Denofa's fence, through his backyard into his Miata, and he wasn't even in the car, and I was in the passenger seat staring at my phone. And he keyed the starter on with this like ghetto relay thing, and it fired and took off through the fence. I couldn't grab the handbrake in time and just blew straight into the back of Chelsea's the Grand Miata.
I'm sending you stuff right now,
Are
Eddie.
you? Oh, great. Why are you sending it to Eddie?
Because I don't know if
Don't
I can
involve
post
him.
it.
Don't
There's
involve
one
him
of
in
me.
this.
This is Lauren Haleston and I taking water out of a cup, out of his 240 when it had a hole in it. Oh gosh, dude.
Oh, they're doing a nitrous solenoid. Dude, how many? They haven't invented a solenoid yet that like can handle their. That's crazy.
Insight there. Yeah, Shelby's just always kind of on. You see her jump into action.
Oh, you're gonna have a heyday with these.
Kevin's corner. So yeah,
This is so
boom,
bad.
boom, boom, just like that. So we'll get James back to the line. Manoa, there he is. And they gotta get back up there.
Dude, there's some gangster ones in here though.
Get nice a little bit. Making sure the thumbs up.
Like
there you go. Get back out there.
that one. That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Solenoid's working. Spray and pray. Right? Talking about that nitrous.
Oh, dude.
It really does. I mean, everything is going to come down to this. Is that nitrous going to hold? Is that going to be the thing that, takes James Dean out? Is Hiro Manoa able to keep his head straight? Is he able to hang with James Dean? Can he throw down a lead run that James can't chase? Everything is going to be answered.
Are these clips like from the archive, or are they just way
Bro,
back in?
these are just OG days right now. I'm sending you another one. This one is so great.
It won't load the. It won't load the Harbor Freight video. It's too old.
No.
Yeah.
Injuku Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 86. Going against a three.
All right, let's watch this final.
James the Machine Dean. Let's send it. St. Louis and around the Formula Drift world. Hiro Manoa from the start chicane. We got a clean start. Let's see how he handles going to that first outside zone. James Dean sticks it to the door. Hiro Manoa very deep in the outside zone 1. Good proximity by James Dean. Now coming to outside zone 2. There's James Dean. Oh, he looks like he gets that back left tail.
You get the wall slingshot, dude.
Look at that. Absolutely spot on lead run from Hiro Manoa. Going to the last outside zone. Hiro Manoa. James Dean coming in, bring it across the finish line.
One more time?
By both drivers. Obviously, seemed like the night just worked. Great lead run by Hiro. And James, he's right there, showing you why he is 3-time champ and current points leader and 2-time winner.
There were multiple occasions there where I thought James Dean was going to go into the wall, was going to hit Manoa. I mean, they were on a razor's edge throughout the entire thing. So let's take a look here at the lead from Manoa. As he goes into the first outside zone, James is in there.
Dude, look at the size difference of those cars. For James to not look like he's exceeding the front of Manoa's car, he has to be so much deeper than him in all the zones. That's the crazy part. For him to be in the pocket correctly, he has to be like a half a car length deeper. So like he automatically would drop a tire, or he has to exceed the front. So it only looks good if he's in the danger zone.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as usual, if a scoreboard in the finals comes up at all, it means it's a one more time. Otherwise, they go to the podium.
One more time.
This is absolutely wild. So let's take a look here one more time as a side by side. Both drivers in the first outside zone, they look great. Second outside zone, like basically mirroring each other as they transition out to the third. James Dean with a slight proximity, but it doesn't get as deep through that zone. Now as we go through the fourth, man, both of them so close to the fourth outside zone. I have absolutely no idea, and I'm pumped for either decision.
I think everybody won here. I got my son Parker. He's texting me. He's like, what the heck is going on? This is the most insane event. We've had some craziness. We've had some crashes. We've had pro spec. We've had pro. And here are some celebratory donuts from, again, the future, the past, the present. I mean, just so much talent here in Formula Drift should absolutely be celebrated on a global scale. Ireland, Japan, Norway. That is what we are seeing here. I mean, absolutely insane. We do have a winner. That's why we brought him front and center here in front
I don't know, bro.
of fans.
I have no idea. Anyone? Travis?
This is round 5. Guess what? The
So
gateway
close.
to the West,
I think they give it to. I think they give it to James. Honestly.
Washington. Join us either online or in the building. Love it up there. Can't wait to go to the PNW. After that, Utah to find out who will be our 2024 Elite Engine Management Pro Spec champion. And then, of course, Irwindale. Make some noise as they step outside of their car. James the Machine Dean running over to the young buck. Hiro. Wow. What a hero. Absolutely insane. Great job by Hiro.
James is like, get out of the car, bro.
Get unstrapped. finally steps outside of that car, bringing in for the real thing.
In gear?
Make sure he's in gear, and so it doesn't roll down the hill. Yeah, so again, we'll announce third place, and then we announce the winner. We do have a winner. And again,
not a single driver from the United States on the box.
Wheels, make sure he is all good. Look at James. All right. Let's make sure he is all good. We'll get the teams down here. Join us at the podium if you're here in the building. Steering wheel as the chalk. There we go. Get on out. Make some noise for him. Stepping out, 14 years old, Hiro Manoa. Throws on the Red Bull lid. Big hug from the machine.
James is like 6 or 9 feet taller than him at least.
Podium finishers here. He's down there on the ground. Third place here at round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. 3-time Formula Drift champ. Make some noise. The Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota GR Supra. Third place goes to Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo. Still in the hunt for the championship, he is. And again, James will continue his lead going into round 6. Join us in just a few weeks in Seattle, either online or in the building. Be sure to buy your tickets now. Again, August 9th and 10th. And now, your winner unanimously here at round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Your winner is, unanimously, James the Machine Dean gets the victory unanimously. That means Hiro Manoa gets second place, the youngest ever to podium in Formula Drift history. 14 years old. James with 3 wins on the season, 12 podiums in a row, and that is outside of Formula Drift in itself. What an amazing feat and an international affair. Hugs all around. James, down to you, Lorette Nickel. And again, just cool. I mean, James is hardly breaking a sweat.
Well, I don't know about that, but this means so much to him. And he has been traveling the world, and he has been wearing himself down. But this still means so much to you.
This means absolutely everything. I think so many people just see me drifting a lot of the time, and I'm just doing whatever. But the last few years have been a big challenge, very, very hard. And we're just trying our absolute best this year, giving it absolutely everything. The team, RTR, are giving me a great car every single event. I got great support, my family and friends, and Becky back at home. Everyone that supports me, I couldn't do it without you all. And but come on, look at this man, this kid. Like, come on, it's unbelievable to see the skill he has. 14 years old, and he can beat any of us. Like, that is the future right there. It's unbelievable to witness, and huge congratulations, Manoa. You're the future.
And we know that your long history with drifting, this has been your legacy. At 14 years old, did you have talent like he did?
No way. Like, he's driving a car with 1,000 horsepower, 14 years old. I was driving a Ford Sierra with 120 horsepower. And if I could link a corner, it was great. So to see what he's doing at this age in that kind of a monstrous car is just unbelievable. He's a special talent. And like, come on, like, the future drifting is so bright with all these young kids coming up. And I started at his age, and to see all the guys like Brandon, Connor, everyone just coming up, pushing hard, it's unbelievable, and drifting is here to stay, that's for sure.
That is for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for James Dean, his 3rd win of the season. And because Hiro has been creating history here, Hiro, an unbelievable run from you against a 3-time champ. How hard was that?
I cannot believe this thing because I'm in podium and 2nd place. And huge congratulations for James Dean. And I'm so exciting the final battle. And yeah, thank you for the JDN Racing team and NG Racing GT Radio and all supporter and all sponsor. And I will do my best at the next round, of course. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the future of the sport, and of course with Frederick Osbo. finishing third. Freddie, what do you have to add?
I mean, there are new times in FD, and I think Hiroya is proving it, right? Like, new kid on the block, 14 years old. It is mind-blowing what he's doing out here on track, and makes the rest of us have to work for it. And even James had to work hard for it today, and, you know, he ended up pulling off the win, showing what kind of machine he is. But I think all in all for us, we leave St. Louis happy. I'm stoked to be back on the podium, sharing it with these two gentlemen, and I have to say, I really, really like this place. I've had a lot of fun here. I love the people here. So to all of you guys that stuck around, hats off to you. Thank you.
What an incredible night, Jared and Jacob. This has just been so exciting, full of adventure and history. We love the sport.
Thank you so much, Lorette Nickel, and of course, congratulations, James Dean, Hiroya Manoa, and Frederick Osbo. Some kind words for the staff. A lot of pressure on the judges.
All right, well, that was sick.
That was a good event, bro.
It is 10 o'clock.
You're joking.
No. It's 9:53.
Oh.
I thought we were going to get out of here at a decent time, but that took just as long as I pretty much imagined it was going to.
Good. Let's wrap this up so I can go hang out with my wife for another few hours before we try and sleep.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us.
This is why Travis is not a social media.
That's why I'm
connoisseur.
that's why I'm not a podcast. Austin has to like bring me up at some points. Like he has
Land
to
the
fill
ship.
in. Yeah, he has to fill in and like light the wick, you know. But no, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We probably won't be here for Seattle because we will be at Seattle for FD. But we'll probably try to do this again for Utah. I'm going to go to, if anyone here is local in the chat, I'm going to go to Spirit Peaks tomorrow with the banana and try not to break it. Eddie's going to go. He got scumbagged into it. I got another bunch of friends that are going to go, so come hang out. But yeah, thanks for chilling. Keep an eye out for the next one we do. I will try to make some merch soon. I'll do my best. And awesome. Thanks again for letting us use the studio and the pizza and your disgusting well water.
Yeah, dudes. My side of things, if you guys ever want a good podcast to listen to, you can check out the show at the Failure Podcast. We talk to people like Travis. We talk to people like we're going to have both Jacob and Jared on the show next week. So they'll be coming up in the next few episodes. And yeah, dude, you guys want to talk about some real shit? That's what we talk about it. But yeah, no problem, dude. Happy that we're able to do this. And we're going to get Travis some merch. I'll make sure that you get some merch. But dude, what do you need to see? Where can people help you most? Like, to be honest with you, I personally know what helps me the most when people share my stuff, when people talk about my stuff and shoot comments on the stuff, like engage with the content.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously this YouTube channel is not very big, and not that I'm trying to be a full-blown YouTuber, but if you have friends to, hit subscribe or whatever and do YouTube. I don't know. It all helps. Like, whatever. I'm just like, I just want to go drifting, build cars with my friends, and like do cool shit. And obviously, like as far as I've said it before, I have to be like part of the influencer club because it's just like the way it's going.
Mm-hmm.
So if this channel grows into something, then cool, it'll grow into something.
Yep.
That'll be purely up to you guys and me if I get some sort of like half-ass videos together. But
we'll try and vlog. We'll try and throw something together for Seattle for you guys. And if that flourishes into something, then maybe you keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Either way, appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, dude.
Thanks, Eddie, for being on the 1s and 2s this weekend. And
for sure.
Austin,
see you at
go
Utah.
put your fanny pack back on and walk your ass home.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Later.
Good job, brother. Good job. That was